Oh, hi.
Hello. How are you?
Where's the sound? Can you guys hear me?
Oh no, I can hear
I
you.
can't hear anything.
Well,
I was like, I thought the intro was just broken and like I couldn't and I was like, oh, there's no sound on the intro. That's weird. But now I just don't hear anything.
well, that's weird. Well, good evening, everyone. I am Crystal, and that is Tom. We are here on Dragon Mount.
That's how I know she's talking
Yes.
about me. All right, I'll be back in a second.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna send this way. So, I have a little bit of exciting news. I mean, exciting to me. It's been exciting to me. I started something. Hey, Glenn. Hello, Gnome. I dove in and started playing Fallout this week. No, it was last week. I started playing Fallout last week. I started with Fallout 4 just because I somehow already had it. I guess I did try to play it before, but hello. Can
Sorry,
you hear me?
I apparently, when I was grabbing the backpack or moving around stuff on my desk about our fabulous prizes that we're giving away, I hit the mute button on the keyboard, which I forgot existed because I never use it.
Very professional. You did a really good job.
Yeah, that's what that's a consummate professional is what people call me. I don't know who they are, but I'm sure someone somewhere.
The voices in your head, perhaps.
Yes, that is some of the people that say that. They're usually a lot meaner than that, but there's a nice
Hey, Rosa.
Ooh, it's a Rosa. Hi.
I was talking about the fact that I dove into Fallout 4 this week.
Oh yeah, right. Where are you?
I am so very early in the game. I just got my dog meat.
Dog meat.
And I am at, I don't know if it was like a former library or like a former hotel, but I just met all these people.
Yeah. It's a museum.
Okay, a museum. But I'm stuck because I can't get the code in the damn computer, and I don't know why I'm stupid and can't figure it out. But here's the problem. So I was like, you're reading through like the load screen. I hit the button and I didn't read the what I'm supposed to do on the little computers, and so now I'm screwed and I'm too stubborn to look it up. But I'll figure it out at some point.
On like how to solve the thingy.
How to solve, like it'll say like you're 1 off or 2 off, but here I'll show you guys.
I'll give you a walkthrough later.
This is what I started with. I wanted to have a lot of intelligence,
charisma
and
too.
Endurance. Yeah, I've since upped that a little bit. I was trying to find where am I at now. I've done a little bit more. I'm still not super charismatic, but
yeah, I'm sure that'll be good for later.
But look, I love my dog.
It's a dog meat. Yay!
It's so cute. But I really enjoyed it, and it is really a lot like this season of the show. I don't know if the whole thing's going to go that way, but it's pretty, like, there's a lot of things that I recognize, and I don't know. It's been more fun to me, I think, because I watched the show first.
Yeah, you know what it is? They took a lot of inspiration. I wouldn't say the show kind of pulls specifically from anything.
Not the storyline, but like the setting, like what it looks like and what it feels like.
Yeah, definitely heavily Fallout 76, Fallout 4. Like it's the most liked versions of the game, also the most recent, so it makes sense. I mean, they're all a little similar, but yeah, 4 for sure. But speaking of, you said so you had mentioned dog meat, and I thought you have dog meat, but I have a man meat, and we're gonna bring them in right now.
Ooh!
Look, here comes an awesome guest.
Yay!
Oh!
Hi. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
I got the elixir of the Black Tower.
Oh, nice. Sailor. Speaking of Black Tower, that is who you all are. I'm sure everyone knows who you are that's here. But just as a quick, for instance, we have Josh and Andrew. I always so what is your monikers on Black Tower? It's the Soravan Mihail, and what's the other one?
The Bijan Mihail.
Bijan Mihail. Okay, and that's old tongue for.
Soravan
Mihail is old
Storm
tongue
Leader.
Yep, and Bijan is Battle Leader.
Battle leader. Okay. And then Jordan Runnels.
Hello.
Everyone should remember Jordan because he's the fabulous person behind the Kickstarter that we were pimping last week. And here's Michael and Kramer's post endorsing that Kickstarter because, they're amazing.
Awesome.
I will say this, just in case you were looking for more reasons to think that the soundscape is awesome. At WatCon, I played a sample for Kate and Michael.
Yes, you did.
And they were both very enthusiastic about it. They both very loved it. But my favorite part was when Michael, because it was a longer sample, and I straight up said, I said, you don't have to listen to the whole thing, just to get an idea of what's going on, and you get the audio is really, really good, and it's really, really well done. Michael listened to the entire thing. And then when it was done, it was just like this. It was like this. He's holding the phone up like this and listening. And when it was done, he just looked at me and went, yes.
Yeah.
And then he got big grin on his face and he was like, that is you need to play that for Kate. She will love. Oh, that is great. He loved it. Loved it.
Awesome.
It is awesome. I really do enjoy it a lot. Actually, I think I still have the video files from last time. If we want to play, maybe before we do the giveaway, we can. I'll put up the more actiony audio that we listened to last week as a display for people, just in case anyone here didn't get to hear any of it last week.
Definitely.
We'll say when you get to hear the Rand on a certain mountain scene, those that maybe haven't.
Yes.
We'll talk about like chills and emotions all over again.
Yes.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Bruh.
And so much more to come.
I know. I'm so excited. I can't. And I loved talking to you last week, listening to like what goes into the making of it and the attention to detail that you've been putting into it is really cool. The consistency that we talked about, like how you try to follow that consistency throughout. And then one of the big things that I really enjoyed that just boggles my mind, especially when I was like I was touching up reading on another book that I was doing for Dragonmount actually for a review. And I was imagining like having how the characters change. And because we talked about that too. And you were thinking about like, or you said specifically that you were going to have the characters kind of like, not theme, but like the common sounds that you used with those characters also kind of change as the characters did. And I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's lots to do. Today actually I was working on chapter 32. Yeah, 32.
Ooh.
I think it's 32.
Listen, I'm a huge Wheel of Time nerd, but chapter 32 doesn't help me. Which chapter is that?
Let me double check here. 4 Kings and Shadow.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. That's really good.
Getting all the rain and stuff like that in there, and it just makes me so excied for all this different stuff.
I feel like that chapter would be really cool with like creepy, like thriller, vibe music.
That's probably the most fun thing about all of this is how like the range of stuff that I get to play around with, because we'll have like our kind of happy-go-lucky times in Emmons Field, and then this kind of chapter, and it just goes all over the place. So I really get to experiment and have fun with all.
It's hilarious to hear in the background.
Oh, that's
like just a really subtle.
That's Thanks Gnome Garden. Yeah. You were talking about how you have the spatial thing, so yeah, I get that. If you can't, if you got to do the mono sound, I'm sure it's still going to be just as tasty.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel for you. I have a little bit of hearing loss in one ear from work. We used to do pile driving, so even with hearing protection, that is loud stuff. Yeah. That's next, man. Sorry.
I can't wait to hear the ambient sounds for the Far Snows.
Oh God. There's so much. There's so many good scenes.
Is that a rushing water or a rushing wise one in training? Who knows?
Uh-huh.
That's great. All right. So I don't want
We
to.
may
I don't
make it
want to
now.
make. I don't want to make people wait too long for their fabulous prizes. So I want to. I want to jump right into it. So let's go. So bloop. Yay! Okay, it worked.
Ooh, a
All
wheel.
right, so we have our the what we usually use for these things, which is our big wheelo names. That is a fun little web. I found a better website where you can actually like customize the colors and like use a picture. So I put the Dragonmount logo in there and everything. But we had 72 people back in between when we started this. Yeah, on what was it, August 5th? Something like that, August 4th.
Yeah, August 5th. August
5th, and then we ended it on August 11th. So there's possibility for a lot of fun stuff in there. And
we ended up being 115% funded. So thank you all
Yay!
so much.
Oh,
That's amazing.
and
That's
Jeff,
so cool.
I mean Jeff. Wow, I was reading the name that was up on the thing. Jeff. Jordan, do you want to tell them what you told me in Discord a second ago?
About the
If someone that wins had already backed the project and gotten the add-on for the Lord of the Rings.
Right. Yeah. So if you are one of those awesome people that backed and chose the Lord of the Rings and you win that prize, then we're gonna switch it so that you can get the Hobbit and the Silmarillion instead.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's way awesome.
That's so cool, man. And
Lots of listening.
which version of the Hobbit is it for?
It's going to be eventually, just like with Wheel of Time, it's going to be eventually timed to both. But the original will be Andy Serkis.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, I actually haven't listened to the Andy Serkis one.
I really like his Hobbit.
You
really
told me
nice.
that last week, and I was like, oh, I got to download that and listen to it. It's not like a super long book, so it's easy. I easily could do that in a day or two, but I just keep forgetting to do it because ADHD. Anyway, before we forget, again, let's pull our first name. All right. So how do we want to do this? So we have let's real quick. We have, what prizes do we have? We have our backpacks. Do I have a picture of all the prizes? No, I don't. We have, but it doesn't matter. We have the backpack, and then actually, you know what? I do have a picture somewhere. We have the backpacks, we have the Brandon Sanderson books, and we have the Lord of the Rings soundscapes. But we're going to do 5 of the backpacks, and obviously just 1 of the soundscapes and 1 of the book sets. So we'll do the backpacks first, I guess, right? Yeah, that's probably better. We'll start with we'll start with those prizes first. They're the least monetary value prizes. That works, right? All right, here we go. It worked.
Yeah, you gotta like tear it up.
It does drum roll.
It'll make people shiver with anticipation.
William V. Yay! So William V is going to be getting a backpack. And if you're not watching currently, whoever William V is, you can assure that we will try to find you. And if not, I'll give away a backpack to somebody else. Jordan will have emails for everybody, and I'll reach out to everybody by email, so you don't have to worry about it. Though, if you want to, you can message Dragonmount on any of the social medias. All right, let's go again. Watching the Dragonmount thing be upside down is weird.
It's strange.
Whoa, that does look
weird.
What is Boke de Bee? Boke de Bee. Boke de Bee? Boke de Bee. How do you say that? Anyone else want to try it?
Book de Bee?
Book de Bee? Okay. Well, you are winning something. I don't know who you are or how to say your name, but you are getting a backpack. So yay!
One just pops in. It's pronounced Darren.
It's pronounced Darren. Mark L. Mark L. Yay, Mark L. That sounds like a Kryptonian name. Mark L.
Hal L's cousin, third removed.
I was about to say cousin of Superman.
Third removed on his
the House
side.
of L.
Oh yeah, that does actually work too. Yeah, there you go. Kristen Ann D. Kristen, and D. Another backpack. Yay! All right. I'm kind of hoping for a Rosa too. I think it's going to be a Rosa's probably government name on here though, because that's what's on the Kickstarter. KDS. All right, so that is our 5 backpacks that we're giving away, which is exciting. Congratulations to everyone who won. If anyone that won is watching again, you can either message Dragonmount on any of the social medias, or I'll be emailing you after the live tonight, after we watch the Fallout episode. Okay, so our first big prize. So backpacks are done. Let's put the backpack down. And let's grab these 47 pounds of books. Oh my God.
The book weight.
Look at this fancy face tracking. Look at this.
I know, right? I'm so professional, even though I ship it off all the time.
I mean, I would say you're so fancy, we already know, but I didn't know. So
how fancy I am. It's pretty fancy. Though it does turn itself on even when I shut it off. All right.
You know, so sometimes I have that problem too.
Is going to be for the Brandon Sanderson books. The
Can't turn it off.
Books. Well, you turn everybody on, Andrew, and that's just the way.
Not me. It's the beard. The beard does it, man. That's all it is.
I do have that issue as well sometimes. Oh, what's up, Reverse? What's going on, Reverse? All right, here we go. Brandon Sanderson books. You're going to win 48,000 pounds of books. Not really, just these 4. Penny. Is that Penny?
What cake lady?
I hope so. Penny it's either Penny I, or it's either an uppercase I or a lowercase L. I'm not sure which one it is. Only one of them is What Cake Lady though. What's up,
It
John?
looks like What Cake Lady.
Yeah, I think so. I hope
but I don't know.
All right. So, Penny, congratulations. You're going to get a giant box of books in the mail at some point in the near future. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Runs included free of charge.
Yeah. Shipping will be on us because, that's how we do things. All right. And now what I consider the grand prize, which is the Lord of the Rings soundscapes. And if, again, as Jordan said, if you already backed the project and chose the Lord of the Rings soundscapes as an add-on, then we will substitute the Lord of the Rings for the Hobbit and the Silmarillion because he's so nice. Yeah, I'm gonna get a hernia, especially from like twisting and lifting with my back. That was probably not smart. I'm old.
You're so buff.
Oh my God. Daniel S. The good old Daniel S. He's
What up, Daniel S?
And I don't have a physical thing to hold up, but look, it's the Lord of the Rings soundscapes.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Hold up the music in your heart.
Yeah, hold on. Wait. I can't. It's over there. So congratulations to everybody. If any of the people that won are watching, message Dragonmount on social media, on any of the social medias, or I will email everybody, or Jordan will email everybody after our stream tonight. All right.
Very
so that
awesome.
was fun. I like giving stuff away. It's fun.
Definitely.
I got to get Tor to send me more stuff so I can give away more stuff. Though I do have a lot of backpacks left still. So I feel like
I was going to say, tell them no more backpacks. Hold on
they
the
might have sent us the last that they had, honestly.
It looked like it.
Do you know, I love a good backpack, but the problem is I now have like 4 that are like really good backpacks, and now I don't know what to do with all these really good backpacks.
That's fair. Actually
Have a day of the
backpack, since I got it, like whenever A Memory of Light came out, they gave them to us when we did the Memory of Lights. I helped at the Memory of Light signing in Manhattan, and they gave us all these backpacks. But since then, I've been using it as my like convention backpack. So whenever I go to a convention, I wear that. It has patches and stuff all over it. But congrats everyone to the lucky winners. And if you didn't win something, just next time I do giveaways as often as I possibly can because I like giving people stuff. It makes me feel happy inside. So stick around, and who knows what else we have. I have backpacks and many other Wheel of Time accoutrements that I've collected over the years.
Accoutrement. That's such a good word.
So also, Kickstarter now does this new thing where you can still back a project late. So if anyone wants to support this project in just monetary value, you can do that. Or if you want to still back it and get things and get the soundscape or do any of the add-ons, you can do that as well still. So go ahead and do that just to support an awesome project.
Do it. Do it now.
So what's next for you, Jordan? What's on the? I mean, obviously you have to finish Eye of the World and all that stuff. That's going to be a long project. But is there anything sitting in the wings that you can talk about?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said before, working on Eye of the World to finish that up. Gonna get my research team now that I have started on books 2, 3, and 4. So that's exciting. And actually, if anyone knows of the show Rings and Realms, the Tolkien professor Corey Olsen runs this analysis show for the Rings of Power. He breaks it down. He has this amazing projection wall behind him. If you've seen the volume from The Mandalorian, it's a lot like that. So he's doing a big production for season 2, and I've been recently announced as being the audio sound composer kind of thing for that. So
awesome! Congratulations! That's
cool. Very cool.
That's exciting.
That's fun.
Yeah. So it's going to be a busy Rings of Power season, but I'm excited.
I would say I'm surprised, but it's Jordan, so I'm really not
Oh yeah. I plan on including Rings of Power in a future rewatch thing that we do in our choices that we put up on social media. I'm hoping to time it right around Rings of Power season 2 is going to be coming out. So I have a feeling that it might win at that point, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, and you're definitely welcome back whenever you want to come back, Jordan. And if you ever want to sit in for an episode of anything that you've seen or want to do that, also whenever. And if you do decide to do another project, please let us know. We'd love to help out in any way we can, because these things are a ton of fun, and I love supporting the great minds in our community and the fun projects that they do. So thank you
so much. Thank you. We'll see how long it takes me to get these 4 books done, and then it'll be kind of nice for the next kind of group of books, because some of them are a bit shorter, so I can probably do a few more in one chunk. So, and then the finish line of the last group. So
I also imagine you'll probably have like a little bit of a library of sounds once you finish the first book that you can not so much reuse, but the same character has similar things, or if they're they're back to Kyrian again, so now we can use a similar version of the Kyrian sounds.
It'll be a lot less. I mean, obviously, there's new places that they go to and things like that, but some things should be the same sound. So, there's a good amount of kind of copy over there, which will be nice. It's a lot easier to make adjustments than to start fresh every single time. So,
look, it's a Kristen Ann. This may be the Kristen Ann who won one of the one of our prizes there.
It is. Awesome.
It's the one and the same.
Well, Jordan, I know you're not going to stick around for Fallout because you haven't seen it yet. We don't want to spoil anything for you. We're against spoilers here. So thank you for hanging out with us. And again, so Kristen and anyone else who won, if you guys want to message Dragonmount on any of the social medias, you could do that, or wait and expect an email from either Jordan or Dragonmount in the very near future.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Jordan. We'll see you later.
All right. Thanks a lot. See ya.
It's good to see you again, bud.
That was fun. I like giving stuff away.
It is fun, right?
Yeah.
I especially like giving stuff away when it's like really cool stuff, like something that Jordan has poured a lot of time and energy into.
Oh, yeah.
And Andy's a super talented guy too. Like he's really good at what he does. So
I like really very good.
If any of you were kind of curious about whether or not you should back that and get access to it, you should.
Oh yeah, and like I said, and I'm going to share it again just in case anyone didn't catch it last time. Let me get that link again. If anyone wants to still back the project, you can. So go to Kickstarter and back the project. Even if you, again, like I said, if you want to just support it monetarily, you can just back for any amount of money you want, even $1, or back it for one of the tiers and maybe be, you know, a guest musician on the what would you call it? It's not an album, I guess. The soundscapes, the ambient sounds of Eye of the World. Giving away taint, yeah, that would be dangerous.
Wow.
I mean, I know one big bad guy that thought that it was the best idea since sliced bread.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the taint
you want
this year,
some
by the
taint?
way. Your guys' taint was very tasty this year.
I didn't even get to
I'm
try
glad
it.
you enjoyed it.
You didn't try it?
I have a little bit.
No, it's not because
look,
it's not because it wasn't available. I didn't take the steps. I was a little distracted by other stuff going on at WatCon.
Well, you mean like running a convention?
I mean,
Weird.
I don't know if I'd consider anything I do running in any capacity. Because I have I'm lucky enough to have a great team that requires very minimal
Andrew's like,
oversight.
I don't run.
Listen, it's like
I don't run
even
at
just
all.
one of the things I watched you do, which was one of the most thankless things and one of the most, I want to say, difficult things to find volunteers for, which was registration. Like working the registration desk is one of the harder things to get filled at a convention if you have volunteer slots for. And doing that for the amount of hours you did it is a lot too. So
I might just do it again next year because I'm pretty introverted. So sitting there and everybody has to come up through there is like the best scenario for me.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, oh, I can say hi, I can get the ribbons. You know, I had a pretty decent ribbon rack for myself this year, I think.
nice.
So.
That's why I always volunteer for especially if it's a convention that I've never been to before, or if I don't know a lot of people at it, I will volunteer for registration too. It's a great way. You meet everybody as they come in, like, and if you can vaguely even remember people's names, it's easy because you're literally handing them their badge. Oh, what's your name? Oh, no problem. It also helps when if you don't remember their name, like, oh, how do you spell your name, or what's on your badge? Is it your name, or did you? Oh no, it's just Chris. Oh, good. Right. Hi. Okay. Because I
figured as much. Oh,
I never do that. I've never done that before, ever.
Oh, of course not.
No. So let's swing into our Fallout vibes. Or actually, you know what? I was listening to one of your guys. I don't know if it was the last one that you posted, the podcast, or maybe the one before. It was August. It was what happens to the ways after the taint is cleansed.
Oh yeah. Another
episode.
kind of semi-metaphysics, semi-theory episode.
Yeah. Somebody did a short story when we were doing the marathon for season 3, and we watched all of season 1 and season 2. We did like an impromptu short story / poem giveaway where, you know, people could send their short stories and poems. That was a lot of fun, by the way. The poems were fantastic. But someone sent a short story about cleansing the ways, and I want to send it to you. So I wanted to bring that up because I want Erin to hear me saying this, and she does, so that you can look through the short stories that people sent in.
Oh yeah,
and see if we could find that one because it was really cool.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, please do.
I actually wrote like a little one shot about going in and cleansing the ways afterwards. Because Machin Shin grew, and I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are about what you guys think would happen. Crystal too, obviously, and anyone in chat if you guys want to throw your ideas out there. My idea was that Machin Shin wouldn't die because he was manifested as like his own. He's like its own entity. I say he, but like, and then it would have to be like cleansed physically. Like I just, it was. I was imagining it as an adventure. So like, of course, people have to go in and do something. So that's why I imagined it like that. But how do you guys see it working?
I know for me, I think that Machin Shin could be cleansed and restored to original purpose. I like to think that Mosh and Shin grew as an inherent or original function of the ways and was tainted by the taint. So, like, if you build this way to traverse the world and you know that everybody using that power, if they can channel, can potentially go crazy and destroy it, then maybe you also try to build in some kind of guardian function that seeks out whenever Sidene is used and tries to combat it to keep it from destroying the ways. And over the course of its, of existence, because its creation is through the muck of the taint, it becomes corrupted and becomes this thing that just seeks out life and destroys it. If that turned out to be the case, which is pretty much, I think, my headcanon for it now after that episode, I think you could cleanse Mosh and Shin and return it to its original function as like a guardian or guide in the ways rather than just bloodthirsty monster. I'm also a massive anime fan and I love redemption arcs, so there's that.
That is fascinating. I never would have seen it that way. I like that.
I like the idea of Mach and Shin serving some sort of function prior to almost
Right.
like the ways are like a computer and like it's a corrupted system within the computer.
Yeah.
That needs to be fixed.
Well, and the point we kind of made on there is that originally the original function would have been Mach and Shin as a guide. Because remember, the Ogier were given several talisman of growing to create new waygates.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
does the ways know the city that the waygates were built in? It would stand to reason that someone had to go in later and add a guiding post, a sign. This is how you get to this city. This is how you get to that city. But before they had signs everywhere, wouldn't it? I mean, we kind of theorized that they had Mach and Shin was originally supposed to be a guide. That's why it had the ability to communicate as well. And then when it got corrupted by the taint on Sidene, it started taking instead of giving, and it was a whole process.
It became like
As
the
far
Pharaoh
as-
Ramses from Courage the Cowardly Dog after the taint. Return the slab.
Oh, this is a cool question. So if you remove all of the keys and let the gates do the gates don't do the gates? No. Do they die or just
They
kill?
talk
Or are
about
you
how
talking about like burning the gates away?
You can burn them away. They're an amalgam. So fun thing with this,
They
and I
don't
was
die,
thinking about
though.
this whenever Gnome and Garden posted this. Each talisman of growing is a one-use thing. The talisman gets buried, and then the Ogier do the tree
Their
singing,
song.
and it causes it to grow.
Yeah.
So there has to be like multiple to redo all the gates. But because it's grown out of this talisman and linked to Sidene, presumably also resonating with Sidair, then I don't think that they would die necessarily from neglect, or plenty of them I think would have disappeared, but I think they can be relatively easily destroyed.
Well, and that creates a good point too, because the actual physical pathways were pockmarked and decaying and eroding. So maybe the ways are already dying.
Unless you go with my
Possible.
like old theory, or not old theory, but the one I proposed to Josh in the same episode about the origin of the portal stones in relation to the ways. So
What did you think that was?
So if the ways,
okay, obviously also possible spoilers for Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just in case nobody knew. So nobody really knows where the portal stones came from, or even in the Age of Legends, they're a relic. They're
Yeah, they
an
were a
artifact.
relic in the Age of Legends as well. Yeah.
What if the ways themselves can't actually be repaired and they have to be let to decay and disappear? So now you have all of these way gates that don't have paths to connect them in between. So there's an access door, but no guiding path in between to go to different locations, and they weather away as time goes on and become the portal stones. And that's why the portal stones are so hard to traverse, because you have to kind of be able to read what they are and push them to take you to a specific other portal stone, which is just a really, really old, eroded waygate. Could help explain what happens to the waygates and the ways as the Wheel of Time turns on, and the origin of the portal stones.
So you're thinking they're waygates from another turning of the wheel.
Yeah, and that would explain also. I mean, that would also kind of tie in with like how the portal stones helped inspire the Aes Sedai to create the waygates and the ways.
Okay. Though they do take them also to other dimensions, I guess is the best way to put it. Like,
which I think you could do. Like the ways as they're built have paths from one to the other, and so you don't ever have to worry about deviating from that path. I think if you take a portal stone to an alternate world, it's a bit of that deviation, a quote unquote lack of control of that entry into the space that is the ways.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you have any thoughts, Crystal, on that?
Sorry. I mean, I don't think anything I could say would be half as interesting as that. It's like,
Oh, please.
No, I'm serious. That is half the reason I love being here, because I find your guys' things like fascinating. My brain, like my little autistic brain, like does not work in that way. And so I find those things like absolutely fascinating. I never would have thought of that. Like at all.
That's the nonsense that we think about in our downtime.
But it's amazing.
We just have a couple drinks and run our mouths about stuff that we actually don't fully know. So
yeah, I mean, shit. I used to do that before the internet, when it was just like me and my two friends that read the Wheel of Time, and we would sit around and talk about dumb shit like that and other properties too.
But that's why I love you guys, because I never had that here. Like I didn't ever have Wheel of Time people to toss around crazy theories with. I would just read my little book in the corner and be quiet about it.
Aww. Well, now we can be your Wheel of Time people.
Yay!
We can be your corner.
Yes, Josh, we know your hair is luxurious. You don't have to flaunt it at us.
Well,
okay?
I was.
You see what I live with?
What are you?
Tom, are you just jealous that you don't have hair?
What are you guys? What are you guys talking about?
I've had a bad hairline. I've been shaving my head since 11th grade in high school, because my hairline, I've had a full beard since high school, and my hairline started going, I was like in my late 20s in high school, essentially. My hairline started going back, and I started shaving my head, and I had a beard, and I was like, this sucks. But then everyone was like, yeah, buy us cigarettes. And I was like, all right.
I mean, at least you had like so much time to get used to it. At least you didn't make it to 30 with a luxurious head of hair and then slowly start losing it.
That's fair.
And have to come to grips with a whole new method of life.
That's fair. I'm bald by choice now. I like it now. If my hair gets like a quarter of an inch long, I'm start getting like itchy and like OCD and like I gotta shave it.
That's what I do with the sides and back of my head. Like as it is now, I'm like I should probably get rid of this. And
you have a better hairline than I do, though. I can tell you that.
I keep thinking like maybe I want to do something like style it somehow, but then I'm like I'm still. I got out of the military 5 years ago, which means I got 12 years of growing my hair out before I can make up for lost time for all the haircuts that they forced upon me.
You should put a top knot on it.
You do like a Shinar top knot? Yeah. I should do that.
Yeah.
My
easily cosplay
is big enough. I got a 5 head right now. I could probably easily do the Japanese
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but
I mean, you could make it like a mix of Shinar.
That is some cranium you got going there, sir.
It's
like a mix of Kyrian and cut, and then just do a top knot in the back, so you're like, dual citizen.
I just want
brain though.
I just want to braid it. Like that's what I love to do with long hair. Just put some nice braids in it.
I want to braid my beard, but I'm bad at it. It's also just starting to get long enough to I feel like where you can braid it, but not yet. I had to shave it for a neck surgery. They made me shave it. I was like, I really fought with them a little bit. I was like, do I really have to though? Can't we just pin it up? Can I sign a waiver? And they were like, no.
Put a little
mine is
hairnet on it.
This length.
I asked, they said no. So
mine's grown here, and it just
what I did before the surgery. If you ever have to get spinal surgery in your neck, they have to go in through the front.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that
I'm good.
at the time until they told me.
I had heart surgery and they went in through my leg.
Oh yeah, well they did the what is it? Orthoscopically.
The arterial, yeah.
Yeah, they went up the
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's
awesome
nuts,
that they
man.
do that though.
Talk about
I mean,
taking
the
long
alternative
road.
is cracking your chest open. But speaking of cracking people's chests open, Fallout.
Yes.
That happens, I've heard.
Yeah. Oh, the laparoscopic. That's what it is.
Yeah.
See,
Erin coming in with the big brain energy.
Yeah. That's why I keep her around. She's smart.
Also, Glenn, you're not the only one. I might have to have cervical neck surgery in the future too. So.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck. And they're going to make you shave your beard. They.
Why I said no so far.
I want pictures.
We'll get. Do it around the Wada holiday, and we can sell your beard.
Sell the hair. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Just kidding, guys. I had to shave it off anyway.
Donate it. There was no one that wanted beard hair. Apparently, I don't know.
Skeeter.
They scooped right by Josh's tank. They did. They did.
They sure
got
did.
An inside look at the tank backstage.
They sure
when
did.
Like one day that's gonna make a great sauce, and then they kept going.
Oh God, that's so bad. All right, so one of the things that I started doing a couple of weeks ago is when I see new Wheel of Time articles, mainly come out by Screen Rant, I read them, and they usually annoy me. And this week,
your favorite author? Who is it?
It's okay. So I think it's the same two authors every time. So now that I've been doing it for a little while, I see the same two names: Charles Nicholas Raymond and Christina Trujillo or something like that. Trujillo. Trujillo.
Trujillo.
Sounds like Trejo.
Danny Trejo doesn't spell his name like that.
Well, not everybody.
But I mean, it could be a different spelling.
Not everybody spells their name the same way.
Christina T is what we'll call her until I figure out how to pronounce her last name correctly. So the first article, there's two articles by Charles and one by Christina, and the first one from Charles was really just Rand. Why they talked about not getting the prologue, and are we going to get the prologue? I don't care if we get the prologue or not. I think like and we've talked about this before. I think maybe season 3 could open up with the prologue now, especially now that we know who Ishamael is, and we've seen him die. So it's a good throwback for Ishamael, but also. I was thinking the way they sealed him in the show doesn't really the way they did the sealing of the Forsaken in the show doesn't really account for the same kind of thing. Though obviously Ishamael had to be broken out before everyone else, so how and when and why it could be answered by that. So I could see them doing the prologue now that we know Ishamael was out before everybody, how the seals function somewhat and whatnot. But he also toys with maybe it being another one of the Forsaken, which I wouldn't be exactly against. So that article didn't annoy me too much. The other one...
I don't care if we ever see it. I feel like that's what stops so many people from reading the book. Like I definitely gave the book to people. They try to read the prologue and they're like, what the fuck? So I started telling people, just don't read the prologue.
Okay. So, especially when people don't read it. I always give people a setup for it a little bit when I give new people the book. I mean, like, by the way, the seals function, either the seal was imperfect and he was able to kind of get out and touch the world, or someone broke him out. So like
he was
has to be or damaged the seal in some way that he was able to touch the world in some way.
I mean, in the books, he could touch the world for 40 years every
1500 or something like that,
or whatever. Oh yeah.
People determined.
But he had 40 years of free reign. So I mean, it could have been that his initial meeting in the show was during the 40 years, and he was like, "I'm tired of the time limit. Break me free."
Yeah. Also, why wouldn't he just break himself out? If all it took was breaking those little statues.
Plot.
Yeah, plot device. That's fair.
MacGuffin.
The other one was by Charles, is talking about Perrin and how he's supposed to meet Fail and how are they going to do it because now it's different and Perrin is different and Lila and blah blah blah. So nothing in this that was too annoying. It was really just like he seems like a person that thinks the slog is real. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't hold it against anybody, but I'm not one of the people that see the slog in the show. In the books, I like Perrin and Fael's story, and I like reading it.
Well, I mean, after season 2, Perrin finally has the same non-Shadow Spawn body count that he did in the books. So
That's fair. That's fair. It's a fair statement. No, is it only 1 or 2 or something?
he killed 2 White Cloaks in the books. And in between season 1 and season 2, he kills 2 actual people.
That's true.
Shadow Spawn.
Okay. Before, as we go through these, I'm going to share the watch party link for everybody if anyone wants to join the watch party. So if anyone wants to join the watch party thing will prompt you to download a web extension. It's a legit extension. Netflix made it during the pandemic so that you can do watch parties with people. You do need to have your own Amazon Prime account. It will attach itself. It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. But it functions really well as a watch party thing. Like if you want to do watch parties with your friends or family, it actually does work really well. And this isn't a promotion. They don't give me any money. But it works. Even better than the built-in one by Disney Plus, because that one always gave us problems when we were doing The Mandalorian and shit. So anyway, everyone get that set up. And if you want to follow along without using the watch party, I do have our handy dandy timer. I'll set up when we get the episode going. Anyway, the third article is the one that annoyed me. It's mainly because Christina gave a lot of shit to Yosha in this. She says that he gives a wooden performance and she doesn't like his Rand pretty much.
No.
Yeah, I disagree.
No.
I also disagree.
I thought he did. I
thought he had a lot of emotion. He was.
I think Yosha does good.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive fan of the current Rand track, but
but
I'm also like one of the massive Rand fanboys. So there's that. So
I was never a big Rand fan, to be honest with you, even in the books until way later in the series.
Same.
I liked him early books, and I liked him in the end of the series, and then I fell off.
I love him the whole time from the first time. My love for Rand is undying.
Yeah,
I think for me it was after Ruidian.
I was a dramatic and emotional teenage boy when I was reading these books, and so I was like, "Oh, Rand! Oh God, he's so amazing! I love him so much."
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he was.
And now,
I always fall off when we get like emo version of characters.
And then now that I'm older, I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm Matt. Like, leave me alone. Let me go to a bar, have a drink, and maybe flirt with some people. Like, that's that. I'm good. Good.
I've always most identified with Perrin. I've always most self-identified with Perrin. Even my favorite character though has always been Moiraine. I switched my love over to fully over to Perrin when things happened in the series that I won't mention right now for obvious reasons. But the I always most identified with Perrin, and the thing that made me happy about that specifically was I don't remember if Harriet told us this at JordanCon or if I heard it somewhere else, but Harriet said that Robert Jordan obviously wrote, like he's famously said that he's wrote himself into a lot of the male characters, if not all of them. And then he's written and Harriet, all of the female characters are based on Harriet. But Harriet said that the character that is most like Robert Jordan is Perrin. So I was like, oh, That's
Oh,
fun.
nice.
Like we would have gotten along pretty well, I think. Wow. Who did you guys most self-identify with? Like chat, who did you guys most self-identify with? Like who did you see like, oh, that would be me if I was in this world?
Now or when we first read it? Because I feel like those are
both.
It definitely changes as you go through it again. It definitely changes, like craziness.
Who was it for? Well, you already said it was Rand and then Matt.
Yeah, it was Rand, and then nowadays it's Matt, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, dude, I just want to have a drink and chill, and I don't want people coming for me for responsibility.
Okay.
I
mean, I won't turn it down if it comes, but I don't want it.
Fair.
You'll still honor it. No, it was. I really liked Min. Like I identified most with Min when I was first reading the series. But gosh, now I hate to say it because I still don't really. I love show her. I still don't really love book her. But Nynaeve, like that's unfortunately kind of who I've become in my old age. Is a little bit more naive than I care to admit. But I've always loved Egwene. Like just if I'm talking about like favorite characters, Egwene's always been top of my list, but she was always a little bit too driven. I had too much anxiety to be as driven as she was. Like the voices in my head were like, nope, you can't do that. So, but I've always loved her.
I feel like none of the characters have anxiety or are introverts. No. Every one of them are extroverts.
No. Like, no, they just make up for it with like an overabundance of we can't talk.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh man. All right. Yeah, that's the 3 articles that we got from Screen Rant over the last week. Nothing too crazy. Just Christina hating on Yosha, which I definitely don't agree with.
I think we've only done 2 episodes where I talk like crap about articles, and I think one of them was a Screen Rant.
One of them was Screen Rant, yes.
Probably the same author.
The articles on Wheel of Time from Screen Rant have actually kind of damaged my trust in their content, and it's not because I agreed or disagreed with what they were saying. It was because they came out. The article that we talked about in our show was like they were talking about Nynaeve's testing, and they were like, "Oh, once again, they deviate from the books and just make something up that totally didn't happen in the books." And we were like, "No,
they do that a lot.
Happened almost word for word in the books." The big difference there is that when Nynaeve came out, everybody had given up on her already. And in the books, they were still waiting there for her. Like, that's the difference. That all happened almost pretty much the way that... And so for me, it was like, do you guys research this at all? Or do you just kind of...
You can almost say their articles have a fair amount of fallout.
I will...
Oh, shit!
Before we switch over to it, I do want to say one thing about the Nynaeve. There's a lot of things that I think the show did better than the books in some ways. And one of them specifically is Nynaeve's trial. The first, it's the first one she goes into where she gets chased by Agenor around in a fucking hedge maze, right? Yeah. So like, the trials are supposed to be you being tempted not to choose being an Aes Sedai over whatever you experience in the trials. Like it wants to be your, like, you know, you have to choose to go back to the White Tower and being an Aes Sedai. And I feel like obviously getting chased around by one of the Forsaken in a hedge maze is somewhere where you don't want to fucking be.
Yeah. Naked. Yeah.
Hard, yes.
Oh yeah, naked too. I forgot she was naked. Yeah.
Naked.
I'm sure that would be very itchy depending on the hedge maze that you're in. All right, so I'm going to share the link to the watch party one more time for anyone that didn't catch it the first time, or if anyone came in since we did it. Again, watch party, you download the extension. You got to make sure your hardware acceleration in your browser is turned on, and then you can watch the episode together with that. If not, I have the timer on the screen, and we will just use the timer if you do that. But
synchronize
11:04. Oh, there. Never mind. That's a 0. Okay. Yeah. I was really confused. I was like, I don't remember this episode being quite that long.
Yeah, it's not that long. So, did you guys play the video games at all? Did you guys play any of the video games?
Fallout. I have never played Fallout, not once. I have not logged any time in any Fallout game.
I think I probably put about 20 hours into Fallout New Vegas. And then after 20 hours of every 5 minutes hearing Ranger with a big iron on his hip, I had to choose between continuing to live or play the game. Which I love. I like growing up on country. I love the song. I don't love it every 5 minutes for 20 hours. Then I think Fallout 4. I think I played like 2 hours, and I like the premise of the game. I think the game's premise is really cool, but it just doesn't work for me. So essentially,
I enjoyed Fallout 4 a lot. But I like survival craft type games. So like,
that's my thing.
I did a lot. Me too. I did a lot of base building in Fallout 4. A lot.
I'm also very much like take all of the things because I don't know what I'm going to need later. The hanger, the pot, the door, the chair. Yes, I need that metal chair.
Of course.
I'm going to sell all 3,700 of these kettles I've picked up.
Mm-hmm.
How many pencils does one need? A lot. I need a lot.
Weird because I loved Starfield. I thought Starfield was fantastic.
Me too.
But I don't know what it is. It's just something about Fallout that I don't know. Maybe it's just residual trauma from New Vegas and Big Iron. I'm fucking twitchy.
One of the things that annoyed me in Fallout was getting the phone calls or the radio calls from this guy every 5 minutes. Another settlement needs your help.
Oh
my God.
Shut up.
Yeah, Preston Garvey. But the there was actually if you Google like Preston Garvey cosplay convention or something like that, there's a really funny video of like two people talking. I don't know if they planned it or if these people are really just good actors, but like it was like two people in Fallout Fallout cosplays. I think one person had a vault suit on, another person was dressed as a raider or maybe a ghoul, and they're talking like on camera about each other's costume, like, and one of them's holding the phone like this, and they're like here talking, and Preston Garvey sticks his head up in between, like you see him come from behind, and he sticks his head up in between them, and he's like, "A settlement needs your help." And they're like,
makes me think of the fucking the messengers in Skyrim. It would like just come up and talk to you in the middle of a massive fight.
Yep. I can't tell you how many I've killed by accident with my booming voice freaking thing.
Yeah.
Or have run in front of it. They'll run right in front of a dragon. Those guys are brave. Those are some brave messengers. Not even gonna lie.
Hey, that just goes to show you that the adage, if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough, is true, and they weren't dumb.
That's fair enough.
Wrong.
Fair enough.
You are not wrong.
There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity.
Yeah. Sometimes there's no line. All right. I'm going to press play on this episode now. So give everyone a second here. 3, 2, 1, and play. Should be going. Is the timer going? Yeah. Okay. I think all set up correctly. Yeah, I do. Yay. All right. So there was I was toying with a couple of different graphic or YouTube thing. I settled on the one, him holding the dude's head or whatever, in the suit. But one of them that I liked a lot from this episode specifically was this one. He just looks so happy.
He's sad though.
It's so cute.
He's so happy. That's exactly what my face would be too.
Okay, but this opening made me sad.
It did make me sad too.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with the puppy situation.
No.
I really thought for a minute the show was going to lose me with animal violence in one of the scenes coming up. I was like, if they show it, can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
like
the
John Wick,
I Am
it's dead to
Legend
me.
thing, right? It's like the I Am Legend thing, right? Like,
Oh,
okay, a bunch
yeah.
of people lose their life in a movie, don't
Fine.
care. Animal, especially a dog, does. Right.
Oh, like John Wick. Like that almost ruined the entire
I almost got up and
franchise.
left. Yeah, I almost got up and left.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know why, and it's always a thing. It's been a phenomenon that people talk about forever, and I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like I'm perfectly fine watching a movie where John Wick runs around and kills 150 people, but kill one dog.
See, that's, and I know this is controversial, but this is one of the things that I loved about John Wick is the man went on an unchecked murder spree because of what they did to his dog.
The dog.
So yes, while I'm not cool with what happened to the puppy and I hate it and it makes me sad, I am happy with the fact that we got 5 movies of him murdering people who did that.
And you know what? I'm the same way. If someone did, hold on. If someone did anything to that guy right there, Luna, I would 100% go on a murder spree. I would 100% kill everybody. There he is. Get his face. He does like to move around a lot, so I'll just try to move the camera so we can see his beautiful face. But the Lunacam is here. He is sleeping on my desk as per usual.
I kept getting so distracted by Luna last night. Luna was like moving around, giving us faces and paws.
He's very cute.
It was very cute.
I get this pretty much all day. Is this view that I get? He sleeps on my desk. He's like right there. I also want to say that fucking what's his name? Michael. Oh shit! What's his name? Michael Emerson. The scientist. Ben Linus from Lost.
So good.
He's so good. No, like I've never seen him be, even when he's like a good guy in shit. I don't remember what that show is. The show where they made like the algorithm that can predict crimes or whatever, and then they go and they save people, and he's the guy that wrote it.
Minority Report.
No, that's not it. It's a TV show. It's a computer algorithm, not people in a kiddie pool with things attached to their head. I forgot the name of that show. Person of Interest. There we go. Glenn, Person of Interest. It's a good show. It's a decent show. He was like a good guy in that, but he was still a creeper. He was still creepy. I don't think I've ever seen him not be creepy. Oh, he's so cute.
Look, he's got his little teddy bear.
Little bear.
Lumi, come here.
Oh,
do you have a puppers too?
I do.
Yay!
I kind of have 2 puppers.
Oh, by the way, the dog that played dog meat in this, its name, I believe, was River, but I'm not sure if that was. Yeah, it was River.
She's being a shy girl.
Oh, he's so cute, though. What kind of dog is that?
Lumi. She's a pity. She's a pretty pity. Huh?
Oh, hello.
He's very cute.
Hello.
Yeah, they were the precogs. They were in the, the kiddie pool with the weird things on their heads. Someone killed his dog, so now he's going on a I'm going to end the Institute rampage.
Yeah. Yep, you're going to need to go faster. Let's talk about what a really bad gun.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
The aiming on that minigun is not good.
It's so bad.
Probably about what it would be like if I tried to shoot some sort of automatic weapon. Just
That's
go
fair.
all over the place.
That minigun
Spray
turret
and
was
pray,
taken
baby.
right out of Fallout as well. Fallout 4. I mean,
I haven't seen a lot in the game. Like, I spent a lot of time in her little neighborhood because I searched like all the houses. Then it took me forever to figure out how to use the bobby pins, and so I was like trying to get open all the things, and then there was nothing in there. I mean, like, it was a black suit, I think, when I opened one of them. But I am a I am a scavenger. I will look for everything before I move
Me
on.
too.
So I haven't made it very far.
You will get very lost in that game doing that, and it's fun though. Like it's a fun kind of lost. There's a lot,
But that's
of, lot
like-
of stuff to go around and look at in that. So we were talking about this before, and I'm this is gonna be fun to do. They filmed a lot of this. Anything in the wasteland, pretty much, they filmed in Namibia,
that's
along
right.
the coast. So we were talking just before the show started, like, who can point to Namibia on a map? And I have a little fun thing for you guys that we could do while we watch this episode. Go ahead. Where do you think Namibia is?
Okay. So
Oh my god, can you see our biases?
Yes, this is the what is this? The Peters projection.
Oh, I love it.
Turn the volume down so I can hear.
It is Africa, Arosa. I'll give you that.
I'm gonna say
Southern Africa.
It's
I know where it is, the little teal one. The teal one that's like to the far right, like in from Madagascar, that's like long and skinny down.
This one?
There. That's my guess.
There wouldn't be a coast here. I guess that you could consider if this is a real lake on this map, because obviously this is like
gotta be pretty big if it's on.
Yeah, it could be big.
I'm pretty sure I know where it is, so I don't know.
Okay,
It's not teal, and it's not orange.
So
it's
bottom
gray.
left gray.
This one?
It's West Coast.
West Coast? Which one do you think it is, Josh?
West Coast.
Which one?
It neighbors South Africa. It's it's between the green and the orange.
Between the green and the orange.
This one, left
on the other side.
West side.
West Coast.
Other left, Tom.
Oh yeah, so the gray one that
gray,
Andrew also pointed out.
That guy right there.
Yeah, this is actually Namibia. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Arosa got it too. Good job, Arosa. I'm proud of you. And I think if we're talking about the same one here, yes, it is the southwest coast of Africa, Namibia, right there. That is where they film most of the exterior day shots for the wasteland.
Love it. I love shows like this where it's like very small cast, but the story is still really well done, and they still have a lot of like really interesting sets, because I feel like in some of these situations where you're depending on a single actor to carry the scene, you have to have some other things to help with that. And I think they do a really great job, not only with the casting, but also with the scenery and with the plot itself.
Yeah. The cinematography in this show is also very, very good. Like the camera movements, the way they present people on screen, like just the way they did that with I don't even remember his character's name, Michael Emerson. When they, as they were scrolling past her, he's there and he's not, he's not there and then he's there like that. Like that was a great way to present him onto the screen.
All right.
Okay. He's such a creeper, dude.
Just to show up sitting in the chair across from your fire, I probably would have shot him. I'm not a violent person, but if I wake up and you're just sitting across the fire, you're probably toast.
Not going to be a positive reaction.
No. Especially as a woman. Like I'm probably going to attack first.
But I think for her, like, because she grew up in such a kind and low risk area, she's prone to hesitation.
Is it this episode or is it a later one where she mentions the golden rule? She keeps repeating, it's about the golden rule. We've got to follow that golden rule. Like that's just definitely how they were raised in the vault.
Oh yeah. Though to be fair, they didn't shelter these vault dwellers that much. Like yes, they were sheltered, but they were still like taught about the outside world, like, and to fight, and like, they're not. She adapts pretty quickly.
Yeah, but it's the same as like joining like any military and being taught what war is like, and then going to war.
Oh, of
Experience,
course, of
yeah.
course.
So yeah, like very much like
Reading about
your
it versus
brain
living it.
knows what you should do and how you should react, but what you actually do is generally going to be a little different.
She does adapt very quickly, though, which I like to see. Like, she immediately jumped into fighting for her life when she was in the vault with, the raider who snuck into her bed.
Yeah.
Oh, and she goes Rambo bride. That was awesome.
That's the fallback on training that a lot of like professions that are taught to deal with violence kind of say, like, when your brain freezes, you will default to your training. And that shows, that's why like drills, like fire drills in school and shit, that's why they're so important, because when your brain freezes, you will revert back to what you practiced.
That's what I was going to say. So I'm a sped teacher, and like with my students who are learning like social skills or how to handle their anger or how to handle the anxiety, like we practice in a controlled setting over and over and over and over and over again, so that when they're in that fight or flight and that happens to them, they revert back to that programming that we've put in place.
I mean, that's the only thing you can do. You don't want to throw people into life or death situations just for funsies for training. So many more people will die.
There was a fun study that was done with the FBI where on the range, as you would practice your marksmanship, they had a policy of pick up your own brass. So you fire 7 rounds and then you reach down and you pick up your brass and clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
Well, they realized, hey, we've got a problem with people in the field getting hit. Like, what's going on? And what they did is, as they investigated, they started finding that people in the field were trying to collect their brass. And it wasn't because of anything, it was just that's how they trained. And so they emphasized you fight how you train. And so they had to make an update to that policy to just say, look, shoot your shot and let the brass go.
Because it became like a repetitive motion, like almost muscle memory.
It was crazy.
That's also like the pistol double tap, like getting in the habit of learning how that works naturally for once you're trained to fire is crazy. Because like if you have your hands like in a position and you double tap like that, after that first recoil, your hands naturally return to the same position as you were in that first shot. So like getting used to just trusting that natural reflex and doing that is crazy, because you think, oh, I'm gonna do the second one and this first one will go straight, but the second one's gonna like lob and hit somebody on the base or something. But it's crazy how I could just like I watched one of our guys, he was a competition shooter for the Governor's 20 for the South Carolina Guard, put the same round, put 2 rounds through the same hole with barely widening it. And
wow.
at first I was impressed, but I'm also like, for what we're trained for, that's horribly inefficient.
Yeah. There was not to keep bringing up the West Wing, but there's a fun West Wing episode about that with a Secret Service agent. He puts the bullet in the same hole, like almost dead center in the target thing, and he impresses somebody with it. And she's like, "How do you do that?" He's like, "They train us to do that. Most of us can do that." I saw Arosa and Glenn talking about the Emmy nominations, and I'm also salty. Arosa, yeah. I was a little upset not to see Wheel of Time like nominated for like costume design or something like that. Like, like I didn't expect it to win like best show or best actor or anything, but like, and off what it is. Oh, fucking the hand. The studios have to like campaign for their shows to be picked for those things, and I feel like Amazon doesn't really show a lot of love to Wheel of Time.
Oh yeah,
it's really interesting. They've done study after study after study when it comes to like business economics to show that if you don't invest in your product, if you don't advertise and merchandise and all those kinds of things, it's not going to perform well.
We don't talk about the merchandise part of it. That's still wrong.
Oh my god. The one pair of pants and the one shirt.
By the way, the Badali jewelry Forsaken seal medallion thing, it's fucking great. I wear it every day to wear it.
Yeah, Badali always has some awesome shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of, if you go to the Dragon Mount website, we are now official sellers of Badali jewelry, so you can go and check that out on the Dragon Mount shop website. Yeah.
Look at that.
The Luna's having some action.
Oh, there's movement on the Luna cam.
He the only thing that I could say about the lack of attention, and not that this is an excuse because I still think that they should give it attention, but is that it's not their property, as in like where Fallout and like The Boys, Amazon. It's Amazon. Like those are Amazon original shows.
Yeah.
Where Wheel of Time is, Sony is the holder of the license and Amazon is just the developer and publisher. So, but still, like you should still promote your shit. They have a lot of money invested into it.
Sony is the center of a lot of nonsense when it comes to movies and television.
Yeah. Namely, the Marvel universe and the Wheel of Time universe. By the way, a lot of this scene is taken right out of Kurosawa, a Kurosawa movie, Yojimbo. It's an old movie, but there's a lot of
Yojimbo.
Yeah, there's a lot of reference to Kurosawa throughout Fallout. Throughout the Fallout.
Did you guys know that the Clint Eastwood westerns are all based on Kurosawa samurai movies?
Yeah, most of the Seven Samurai. Yeah, most westerns are.
Yep.
Oh my God, I love the immediate humbling of Titus.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I think
I was going to say,
sure. What?
The dynamic between Knight and Squire kills me. I love it so much.
Yeah. I like
that part bugs me so much. Like you're in the middle of a fight and you turn to the side to look at the guy with no armor and no guns.
Yeah.
Or no real firepower.
Well, he's not. He's a piece of crap, and that's kind of what they wanted to show. And I'm glad they got Michael Rappaport for that part.
But I do agree with what I would say in the same situation. I'm running away. I say that in video games all the time. Just fuck. Oh
yeah. That's that. I mean, like they do a lot of fun references to like video game logic in this, specifically with them too. Like the giant backpack that the Squire's carrying around, totally like video game logic backpack. Like how do I have 4 miniguns and 3 pieces of power armor in my backpack?
Bro, that right there, where it's like you're watching it absolutely destroy somebody that should be able to destroy it, and then just one shot and it dies, and you're just like,
come on,
how? Help!
Look at him too. He's just like, what the?
Makes me think of the video of what's it with the little girl that like tries like a jalapeno or a lemon or whatever, and she just like, or some kind of spicy food, and just looks at her mom and goes, "Help!"
Yeah, wasabi.
Wasabi. That's
a meme. Yeah.
Help!
So, do you think he was kind of letting it maul him for hope of being able to,
absolutely.
do what he does?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what's up, Tavern?
Oh,
Tavern.
Well, good luck on your flight. Tell the pilot I said to fly safely, and you're also awesome, and we love you.
Look at me, I'm flying.
Cheers. This one's for you, sir.
Cool stuff. Look at me.
If you're flying a Delta flight, ask the pilot if he has any trading cards.
Oh yeah, the trading card thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I like that they kind of show you the true colors of the Brotherhood of Steel kind of right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
And how they're not really like, all that great. And then they kind of are where they let the audience know it. So now we get to like kind of see how how and when the characters get to figure it out too.
I love every time I see like a character just being an absolute douche to somebody else, but also begging for heals.
Yeah.
And in
Right?
so many things, like they still get the heals, but in this one, dude's just like, but what if I, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Like,
looking. Oh,
please
I
save my
can't
life.
reach it.
You're the worst
Oh,
squire
no.
ever.
I like
Oh.
this whole dynamic to his character though, to oh shit, what's his name? What's
Titus?
the guy's?
Is it
It's a Greek name.
Maximus?
Maximus, yeah.
Titus?
No,
Maximus.
Maximus. This whole dynamic.
I didn't
Maximus
remember that.
character-
I moused over the screen and it told me. So there's
Oh,
that.
right. 'Cause we have
Love
the
it.
thing. I forget that that's a
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, no. I didn't remember. I
Wow,
just moused over.
Andrew.
thing. I mean, I like the X-ray thing, but they don't have any trivia for this show on there, which makes me sad because I like the trivia.
It's
You know what's
a little
crazy? You know what show
strange, 'cause
does
you
have
would think
trivia
they
on
would.
Amazon Prime?
What?
Wheel of Time does.
It
Oh!
does, and it was so much. Well, they didn't have it for season 2 because of the writer's strike,
Yeah.
but the season 1 trivia was pretty good. The trivia for Rings of Power is abysmal, by the way. It's literally
Yeah,
just
it
them
was really
finding where they got
stupid.
the information from the books.
Oh.
They
not
probably
great.
had to do that to prove they weren't stealing the information from sources they didn't have access to.
Yeah, I feel like that
Or
was all just as a way
CYA,
to make it so
CYA.
like
Yeah.
the estate didn't sue them. Yeah, I like the
Oh, this is my
dynamic to
favorite guy.
Maximus's character here.
Yeah,
though.
this
Like,
guy's
for-
great with his diaper.
Fucking love this guy.
yeah, he's not good, but he's also not evil. I feel like if I had to ascribe him like a D&D what is it called?
NPC?
No, like he'd be neutral, not law. He wouldn't be evil, he wouldn't be good.
Oh, chaotic neutral?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about chaotic. I think he would just be true neutral. Like, because he's not chaotic. He doesn't do things, maybe even lawful neutral. Because he does have like his own set of
Like some kind
rules
of
that he
code.
follows. But he
I just
doesn't
love how she
mind
comes up.
doing- I was going to say, he doesn't mind doing like kind of questionable things to do the things. Even sometimes self-fulfilling things.
I also love how she comes up like saying hi, like pointing the weapon
With
at
the
him,
gun.
like
Yeah.
you do in every
Hi,
video
just
game.
flapping it around.
Yeah.
They do not teach proper gun safety in the in Vault 113 or 33 or whatever the fuck it was. 33, I think.
33.
Alignment. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. My brain was just screaming affinity at me over and over again.
The awkward tongue flick.
It was great.
It
was great.
Right?
Yeah, this guy's great. I also like that he's just like, yeah, okay. The whole time he's just,
Yeah.
he looks like a fucking weirdo.
About then he's like, you could stay here with me. It'd be fine.
As he wears a makeshift diaper.
The diaper,
Right.
yeah.
This is what the dating pool is like in the Fallout universe. You can just stay here with me.
Dating in 2024 be like,
Me being confused about why there's no water whenever I put sand in the water filter.
So do you guys think we're gonna get super mutants in this version of that's the gun that she had in the thing that shoots the knockout darts.
darts. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
from
darts.
the fall.
Drake gun.
So do you guys think we're gonna get super mutants in this ever? Maybe in season 2?
I think you kind of have to. Like, what is a Fallout show without the super mutant?
That's fair. This fucking guy.
She's so kind about deflecting it. I'm okay, but thanks.
Yeah, I love that
Thanks for the
the camera.
advice.
I love that they chose the camera angle for his switches often. It wasn't just once either. It was right
With the
there, right up
diaper,
his ass.
yeah.
oh yeah. That was
Well,
They
after
got
she
to it
said-
like 5 times.
I love how after she says no, he's still just like, oh, I think I'm sick. I think I'm dying. All of this could be yours.
all this could be yours.
This can all be yours.
You got Maximus here, just like reliving every Fallout player's like first time getting power armor. You're like, oh, it's so exciting! It's so awesome.
Is it? Is it so awesome and exciting?
I mean,
the other weird thing is,
big bonus.
They categorize this as a drama series in the Emmys.
What?
Yeah, it's nominated for like best actor in a drama series and best script, I think, in a drama series, or just drama series. Like it's voted. It was nominated for best drama series and best actor for Walter Goggins.
Is that because
I love how he gets this and
doesn't
immediately
get
runs
nominated
out of
for
a
anything?
forest into a desert.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying, Crystal?
No, I just said that's because action doesn't win anything. Like unless it's
fantasy and science fiction is always looked down upon on those things.
So if they categorize it as a drama, it'll get some attention.
Speaking of being
this
looked down
is
upon,
the best part of the show, of this episode, I think.
Yeah, that's where I got this picture from. That's where I got his happy face from.
Did you guys know that Tron, the original movie Tron, was disqualified from all movie awards because of its use of CGI? Back then, they said that CGI is cheating.
It was cheating, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is nuts. Oh, and they are making a new Tron, by the way.
Tron 3, Tron Ares.
Yep, it's coming out soon. There's a lot of really awesome announcements out of D23, by the way.
Jeff Bridges is going to be back in it, and I'm excited about that because that means he survived.
Yep.
Unhand me, you fascist.
Yeah, this. I did not see this coming. Yep, there it is. Like I knew right when he did this that he'd picked the wrong. He'd bet on the wrong horse, but
he bet on the wrong horse,
right?
That was
Mr. Metal Man.
Unhand him.
Scientific curiosity.
I love his.
I said unhand him.
I had to double take everything because I use that like compliment all the time. You're a gentleman and a scholar. After this, I was like, I don't really want to say that anymore.
Oh shit, what was I gonna say? No, it's gone now. Never mind. Oh, the armor. They went through painstaking. Like I watched, I saw a thing where they had like storyboards of the armor design from Fallout 4 and cutting it apart, and it was crazy. It is 100% detailed from the T60 armor in Fallout 4. Like it's exactly correct.
So distraught. It's just. He was fucking my chickens.
I was fucking my chickens.
He's so defeated when he says it too.
Yeah.
He's like, man.
Whoops.
Sorry. I mean, just imagine that fucking life. Like you look outside, some dude's fucking your chickens. And you're like, oh, we can't have this. I'm gonna
Oh, not again. Shit.
And a metal man shows up, grabs you by the hair, and is just like, no, he did nothing wrong.
He can fuck your chicken.
Unhand him.
Approved by Brotherhood of the Steel.
Imagine also being called a fascist because you don't want somebody to fuck your chickens. Like, come on.
It's a free country, man.
It's a free wasteland.
That's right.
What was the worst day of your life? I walked outside, some dude was fucking my chickens. This guy in metal armor showed up, grabbed me by the skull, and stopped me from stopping him.
And let that dude fuck my chicken.
He made me watch.
He made me watch.
This guy's kind of sick.
Yeah, those cars are awesome. Not gonna lie, I do like the 1950s like kind of 1940s, 1950s kind of cars. That was another thing I liked about Batman the animated series was they always had cars like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I-
he's doing it. He's doing it again.
I learned a fun thing. So I have a 62 Ford Falcon
That's
that I'm
awesome.
trying to rebuild. And in Highlander 2, all of the taxi cabs are 62 Ford Falcons.
Highlander 2. Wow. Haven't seen that in 1,000
that's the
years.
one. That's the Highlander we don't talk about. That's the one that
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
I love the way that they did this too. It's very, very much like the game. Like it very much feels like Fallout 4 or Fallout 76.
Yeah, not the storylines, but just the setting and where you are felt very familiar when I started playing the game because I
Yeah.
had watched this. I also really liked how this episode kind of brought our three main characters together so early. I feel like some other shows don't do that. You spend a lot more time, like, showing how they relate.
I love how the Fallout show was willing to bring them together and then separate them a bit
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Like they, it's the opposite of D&D. Like they're willing to separate the party, which is a risky move, but it pays off.
Yeah.
It can pay off.
It pays off in this show, Cotton.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see
Bold
how
strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Usually you have to pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
So,
Also,
given the choice, would you guys rather have been in a vault or in this current time, or be a raider?
I am very soft.
Person out in the wastelands.
I would be in a vault. I would 100% lock myself underground. Like we said, we talked about the Brendan Fraser movie. Like that's my dream. The apocalypse
that's such a good
apocalypse
movie.
happens. Like,
Blast from the
I
Past.
forgot the name again. Blast from the Past. Yeah, that's 100% what I aspire to in the apocalypse.
I love that movie.
I would. It was so good. It was so ridiculous.
Oh, by the way,
the ultimate ostrich.
The Pip-Boy that was hanging in the window there is the same Pip-Boy that you wear in Fallout 76.
Oh, okay.
They do a lot of little things like that, which I like. And you just saw the bobblehead. You can still see it there in the foreground.
The Pip-Boy.
See, I think. Yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. It depends on the vault, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think
say.
younger me that was like a little bit more fit would have rather had been a raider, but I am.
Well, wait till you see what some of the vaults are when you
That's
play
true.
Fallout 4.
It would
Actually,
That's
yeah, if my lottery is any of the vaults or being a raider, I'll just take the risk on being the raider. Never mind.
Yeah. I have not seen the other vaults.
I love this woman, by the way. She's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, what else has she done? She's super familiar.
Oh yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff. She's in that fucking show that I don't like that Kevin Costner's in. I don't remember what it's called. But she was in Iron Man 3, I think, or 2. She played a character. She's been acting for a long time. Like she's one of those people that's been acting since like the
Has
60s
like
or
hundreds
the
of
50s.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow she's like, nice teeth.
You want to sell those?
And the dirt.
I love.
Nice teeth.
It's this. The way this scene was shot is so great too, because and the acting is so great.
Oh yeah, the acting and the directing, like they do such a great job with telling so much of a story with just the characters' clothes, the way they comport themselves, and yeah.
She right about like what the vault you don't actually be.
Like this woman looks like someone you don't want to fuck with.
Yeah. She's right about the vaults too. She's like, oh, it was just a hole in the ground for rich people, and it's like, weird. Surely,
sounds about right.
Huh.
Wasn't
That would
Mark
never actually
Zuckerberg
happen.
buying up a bunch of Hawaiian islands to and building like a 5,000 square foot underground bunker?
Yeah. Didn't they just find like a bunch of like improvised devices in Maui too?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, like not related to the fires, but recently, like there was one that like dented the crap out of the side of a car. Just not a good place to be right now. Property value is still too high for the billionaires to buy everything, I guess.
We're talking about the woman, Glenn, the woman that's in the shop in Philly.
The shopkeeper, yeah.
The shopkeeper. Not gonna lie, she looks a little bit like my grandmother.
Oh, she sells sundries.
Sundries.
Did you know a Pit Boy was a sundry?
I didn't know.
Now you do.
I do now, for sure.
Now you do.
As
Danger
Nunley would say.
Did you notice?
Now you do.
I forgot to say it when it came up when y'all were talking. But did you see the mini nuke in there?
No,
There was a mini nuke in the display case. Maybe we'll see it again. There's a mini nuke. There was a mini nuke in the display case.
The main prop was corn. It loops images of the Nebraska countryside.
I'm a perfectly average size nuke. I'll tell you.
Hi, how you want to try out this mini nuke this weekend? How you doing?
He's such a creeper. It's his little beady eyes that he has.
You whizzing?
Yeah.
The fucking jut and eye thing is so southern, like southeastern America. Just,
yeah,
like that's the fuck off look.
A lot of the like random like the responses that she gets from the people in the town too are just taken right out of Fallout 76 and Fallout 4's like scripts from stock NPC responses.
Oh, that's awesome.
I also love that makes physical size doesn't really matter once you cross into nukes.
That makes it even better though that the acting that they were delivered so well.
Yeah. So he seems kind of famous. Like everyone seems to know what it means when he starts walking around.
Yeah. Oh, okay. In the show. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, the actor. Like, yeah, no, he's pretty famous.
Yeah. Mr. Goggins, yes. Mr. Goggins.
He's a little famous.
He was in a show called The Unicorn, which was funny and positive and happy and great. So if you guys want to see more of Mr. Goggins.
He's never been a lead man, I don't think, in anything, right?
No,
he's always like
incredible secondary character.
Yeah, he's always like a though I think actually I think he's considered a lead actor in this show though.
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah,
I guess the character he played in like Ant-Man and the Wasp or whatever.
Yeah, he was like just
secondary.
He was like a villain.
He was like the villain in charge or something. But I love
he was an antagonist.
Hmm.
Was he in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Is what I'm.
Yeah, he was. He played the main bad guy that wanted their lab.
Yeah.
He's the one that took it and was on the ferry boat whenever he went super big and was like, "Hey, yoink."
Yeah, that's fair.
But he plays that same kind of character in so many shows.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what's nice about the Unicorn. In the Unicorn, he plays a guy who's just a good guy, and he's a widower. And it's kind of him and his like daughters kind of dealing with that, but it's like a year after the fact.
He was in. I don't know if he was
just a good guy.
He was in Justified.
It was really cool. It was a really cool show. It was really funny too.
What is it? The Unicorn?
The Unicorn. I believe it's Netflix.
How did I never?
Yeah, he was in S.H.I.E.L.D. The Shield.
Yeah.
Was he the Shield? Okay,
Yep.
I don't remember Shield.
Yeah.
That was an
Compared
older
to-
cop. I don't remember that one.
Compared to last
But the
week, this
unicorn is
episode
more
had not been
funny,
as gross
heartwarming.
until this.
Oh no, yeah,
He was known for being in Justified. He also played in Django
yeah, he was Django too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Django Unchained. Yep.
and The Hateful Eight.
Yep.
The Hateful Eight. He was great in the Hateful Eight. Oh my god, that was so good.
He did a voice in Squidbillies.
She got a
You
hole
got
in
a
there.
Character in Sons of Anarchy, though. That's the.
Oh yeah, Venus Van Dam and Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, you should. It's absolutely fantastic.
Mhm.
Bruh, Django Unchained is incredible.
Django Unchained is one of the greatest movies. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
What's his name? Acts in so few things. The German guy that was in.
Oh yeah, Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz.
Walken,
Yeah,
he
love
acts in
him.
so few things, and he's so great in that.
Hmm.
I'm hoping we see what's her name, Ella Purnell, and more stuff. The woman who plays Lucy, because she's really good in this, and she hasn't like I feel like she could definitely do more action movies. Like I'd like to see her in like an like a video game adaptation maybe of something, or I don't know. I could see her being a big actor in the future. I want her to be like, what's that old school vampire game where the main character was a female? Bloodborne.
Mm.
Blood
Queen of the
Rain.
Damned?
Blood Rain.
Blood Rain.
Yep,
They did
here
a-
it is.
they
I was
did
like,
not-
oh no.
What'd you say?
No, I was saying
I
this is
forgot
where I
about
thought they were
that.
going to lose me. Yeah,
Oh,
they didn't
yeah.
show it, so it was fine.
Yeah, they didn't show it. Yeah, they did that
I just love how
purposely.
I love how like they use that scene with him as the goal to like kind of showcase the customizability of the weapons in the game.
Yeah,
Oh, it's just a
Yeah.
pistol. No, you're blowing like massive holes through people's chests.
Well,
I'm
and even on
surprised. I'm surprised anyone likes the Ghoul character. He doesn't have a name. No, he's just the Ghoul.
But
I'm surprised anyone likes him because of that. Like, you know, everyone seems to like him, and usually unanimously people don't like them when stuff like that happens.
oh yeah, like in the game, yeah, ghouls suck. But right now,
No, well, I mean, he killed an
But
animal.
we didn't see it. It's the
Oh,
visual.
oh.
We didn't see it. Wow.
That's
yeah, it was
fair.
off screen. It doesn't count.
I love this interaction right here. You have lawful good and chaotic neutral interacting right now.
Paladin versus Warlock right here.
Yeah, chaotic. I would definitely give him chaotic neutral. Maybe
Fucking
even like
balls.
lawful evil.
First time in the game fighting a ghoul.
Yeah, I kind of wish he grabbed the junk cannon. Did you guys see the junk cannon on the wall? That was the big giant
that
gun.
she looked at, yeah.
Yeah. I kind of wish that's the one that she grabbed. That would have been fun to see get shot.
I do still love how he kind of like awkwardly flies down.
Yeah. What does
He's
he
not good
say
at it.
later? You fly this like a. He's got a really good.
Junk jet. That's what it's called. Do you think the bear claw scratching out the Brotherhood of Steel logo on the chest is a little foreshadowing for him?
I mean, yeah, probably.
I love he's got a 4-chamber revolver.
Yeah.
You know, there's trade-offs to the upgrade you make to your revolvers, though.
It's true. The 4-chambered allows him to have bigger bullets.
Yeah, man. Don't you wish you were only 4 chambers?
Ew.
I mean,
How big a bullet you could
I'm
fucking-
one. I'm 1-chambered.
Well, those are rookie numbers. You got to get those numbers up.
Can't fight my biology, sir.
Sure you can.
He fumbles it. That would be me.
I like how they make him awkward. It's fun.
This is a great fight scene. I love it so much.
And exploding, obviously legendary.
Yeah, obviously.
I love when they do these fight scenes that are ridiculously overpowered and ridiculously out of pocket, but they still do them well.
I love how long dude's been like bleeding out. That's the biggest criticism. I mean, it works for the show and like game, but
yeah, I mean, like he had his leg blown off.
yeah.
He probably
and
would have.
He's
bled to
standing
death
upright
by
and
now.
walking.
Yeah. Those are some of my favorite panels that I've gone to at conventions. Is would that have killed you? And stuff like that.
Oh, those are
at Jordan
great.
Con one year, we had like 3 medical doctors or 4 medical doctors who were also authors as guests, and they did a panel like that. That was a lot of fun. Trying to eat my beans.
Just
Tasty.
drink more water, you'll be fine. Water and Motrin, you'll be all right.
Water and Motrin, that's all you need, according to the United States Department of Defense. Here's an 800 milligram Motrin. Oh, this one hurts. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's gross. Holy moly.
The fact that he's still awake is nothing short of impressive.
Is the Jim's references like I've seen like there's been like 3 things like that was Jim's limbs was one thing. There was another thing that said Jim's something. Is that a reference to the games? Like I don't remember that.
Oh, I don't know.
Eee.
Thank you.
I can be your dad.
Jim's limbs. Oh, I didn't see the Abraxo poster in the background last time I watched those. The Mr. Handy cleaner in the background. Behind her now.
She steals dads. She steals dads.
I love how he's just like, yeah, this is moderately uncomfortable now. He just shoved my nub in a freaking like garbage disposal and screwed a foot on it.
That is kind of what that looked like.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say those kind of look like Wasteland Survival Guides, like the insect one. I think that those are so you pick those up in the game, by the way, Crystal. You get
yeah,
skills
I've gotten
and
a couple of
abilities.
them so far.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I picked up
First
a
one
few.
you see
I
is
didn't
the
know what they
Bratneck
were at
one.
first.
Yeah.
I just love that the Vault Dwellers are the only ones with any appreciation for color coordination for their gear.
No, there isn't an Old Navy nearby for them to go shopping at. So.
Well, that sounds like a them problem. Right? They had all this time to make one.
More fashionable choices.
Yeah. The fashion raiders, come on.
Yeah, the fashion scene has really fallen off in the Wasteland.
Yeah. Here it comes.
Old Navy. The oldest of Old Navies. Way of the Leaf.
Oh, what's up, friends? It's my puppet friends. Hi.
Drive that thing like a fucking shopping cart. Yep.
There it is. That's the line.
Yep.
Here's my thing. If it was that easy for him to pull his foot out then, why wasn't it before then?
Couldn't he get his foot? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, all you had to do was pick up and walk.
It was a process, Andrew.
It wasn't until he lost so much
You just
control
think
that he
about
could
it
pick his foot
first.
up. You must surrender control of your foot to pick up your foot. The really grovelly voice, too.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The way that it was so well edited. It's so well
Right.
edited. Oh my god, the way of the leaf is here.
I know, right?
Hey,
Now
it's
it's
the
going
chicken fucker.
downhill. No, we love
Hey, it's the chicken fucker. Don't say, hey, the way of the leaf is here. Oh, look, it's the chicken fucker.
Look at the
Sorry.
chicken fucker.
You can't do that.
Sorry, I should have differentiated. Oh, look, the way of the leaf is here in chat. Oh, look, it's the chicken fucker in the show.
Listen, what happens at WatCon stays at WatCon.
I'm sorry. Look, I know. No
I don't know if I
comments.
want that associated with WatCon. Pretty
No
tolerant. I don't know that
comment.
that's one of the tolerant things.
Oh shit, that's
I've
funny.
come to WatCon, but I heard y'all allow chicken fuckers.
Allow and turn a blind eye. Those are two very different things.
We didn't allow it. The hotel didn't stop them. That's their problem. Apparently, my past deeds precede me.
It's an Ohio thing. They just allow stuff like that there.
It's in
It is Ohio.
Oh, Ohio.
Ohio got some
Majune Sundries. Minnie's. This makes me want to watch the Hateful Eight. Minnie's Haberdashery.
Because they said haberdashery?
Well, because sundries and haberdashery, like those are words that jive with me.
I
get
do
the
like
same
saying
energy.
haberdashery. It is fun to say.
And sundries, like they're both fun words.
They are fun words. You're not wrong.
And when you start
General
saying Minnie's
Sal.
haberdashery,
Wade Leaf says, call me General Zal. General
Yeah.
Zal's dick.
Oh, but we got the.
I'm glad
we
he
got
saved the puppy though. Like
See, this
he
is why
started
people
by
like him.
stabbing the puppy, and then he saved the puppy.
Yes.
I just like that there's a place to go and drink called PP.
This is why people were okay with him, though.
You got to
Yeah.
drink at the pee-pee.
Always.
Take a drink of
That's
the
what I
PP.
drink.
If it's good enough for Bear Grylls to fake on television, it's good enough for me.
Fucking
Ayo.
that guy.
I also love that the
That-
back of that ball says CCCP.
Well, because that was the premise, right?
Yeah. That was
Which,
the
by
Russian
the way, speaking of
acronyms
that-
for the USSR.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, have you guys ever heard of a movie called Six String Samurai?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna make two statements right now, and I want you to know that both statements are factually correct.
I
One,
don't think I saw
this
it.
movie. I'm gonna three statements.
Okay.
One, this movie has a soundtrack done by a musical group called the Red Elvises, and if you like beach rock, rockabilly kind of stuff, you'll love the Red Elvises. Two, this movie features a scene in which Neanderthals are throwing gumballs at someone in a low-speed car chase using a catapult. That's a thing. And three, it's the greatest movie ever made. The greatest movie ever
Okay.
made. Hands down, absolutely my favorite movie. It's the best.
Yeah.
I think Noma's right. I think this is supposed to be like a down satellite, but the fact that paint that says CCCP,
The
thick
best
with
OC in the
three C's,
CCCP.
which is funny because you couldn't get thick in the CCCP.
Two facts and a lie. Where's the game about?
No, Glenn, this is not 2 facts. Those are 3 facts.
The man has an excellent belt to be living in, like an excellent like ensemble entirely to be living in the world he's living in.
Or ensemble.
He was in the
as it
Institute,
were.
probably.
That's true.
We're not sure if it was the Institute, but like it's probably the Institute.
Yeah. Imagine surviving all that just to, pass away right here on a CCCP
Just
satellite.
my head. I love how clueless she is. She's like, okay, like
I want you to take my body, but just the tip.
Just the tip.
And
by the way, if your
okay.
chainsaw sounds like that, it means like you need to tighten the chain. Right.
There is something truly amazing with Lucy as a character. Because she is like this sheltered little sweetheart. Oh, hello, Luna.
He's tired.
Oh.
She
This
is
just
this
how
like
badass
sheltered...
she is because she doesn't really hesitate.
No, she has no hesitation at all.
But that's what I'm saying. She's like this sheltered, insulated, naive sort of person. But you're getting married to a perfect stranger. Okie dokie. I need you to go outside, which is something no one's ever done. Okie dokie. I need you to cut off my head and carry it around. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
I mean, in her defense, he did give her permission. So
no, well, but again, yes, that's the kind of logic that would fly here.
Yeah.
Normally, you would never cut off someone's head with a chainsaw. But he's like, no, I want you to do it. And she's like, well, I guess that means it's okay.
I think it points to like her morality is skewed because that's the first time she has seen somebody die and she freaks the fuck out. But cutting off his head, doing all this other, she's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's perfect.
Rapunzel has appeared.
Rapunzel!
I think that's perfect for like a post-apocalyptic world that your views and your interaction with morality would be heavily skewed. Like watching somebody die, never seen that. That's terrible. Pulling a part of a person's body off to further a goal. Oh yeah, no, that happens.
That's just a Tuesday.
You gotta do.
Motherfucking Tuesday.
I hate that it sounds like an electric hedge trimmer.
And his eyes are open too. And she just okie dokie.
No problem. No problem whatsoever.
Doesn't want to set the world on fire.
It does look like a satellite, though. It looks like a satellite that might have housed weapons. Like it has those doors that open up on the side.
Oh yeah. I mean, it could have been, but we don't weaponize space. I don't actually know anything. I'm just assuming that I can't trust.
Yeah. The music choice is perfect for this, though. The ending credit music.
Oh yeah.
The
Brotherhood wants you.
It was. I think it was from. I don't think it's 4. I think it might have been New Vegas or 3. That this was the intro music for it. I think it was I think it was New Vegas or 3 that this was the intro music for. It's been a while since I played those.
I think it was New Vegas.
So one of the reasons why this reminds me of Six String Samurai. I'm going to go back on this because everybody needs to watch this movie.
Man.
It is very much what would happen if the Cold War became a hot war and Russia and America got into a war. Okay. Mm-hmm. So there was nuclear war. Russia wins, but in the prophetic words of JFK, we are heading towards a war in which the victory would be ash in our mouths, right? A victory is no victory. So Russia technically wins the war, but they are so economically ruined after the war that they can't even afford to bring their troops home. So you've got America that is a veritable wasteland scattered with Russian troops who will probably never go home. And one last bastion of American way of life. And also this takes place in the 50s, right? So, and it's Las Vegas. And the king of Las Vegas, Elvis, has just died. And so all rockers are traversing the wastelands to go to Las Vegas to claim the throne and become the next king. And the main character of this one is Buddy, who has glasses and carries a 1967 Gibson hollow body and a samurai sword, is fighting his way across the wasteland. It's amazing. Buddy Holly is the new king of rock and roll, essentially, is where this goes. But it's great, and everyone needs to watch this movie.
I Six String Samurai. Is it streaming on anything?
I think the full movie is available on YouTube, but it's very much a cult classic kind of a thing. If you don't know it, you don't know it.
Fair. It's from 1998 though, so
maybe that's something we should do, Josh. You know, do something where like, hey, come and watch cult classics. We can watch like Donnie Darko, Six String Samurai.
I love it.
Donnie Darko is such a good movie. It freaked me out about the shiny rabbit mask for so long.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like sitting gate guard duty at night with a dude in my unit, and he hated, like, aliens freaked him out. Donnie Darko rabbit mask freaked me out. So we keep like squirting with each other.
That's
man.
Funny. I was actually going to bring this up.
Buckaroo Banzai. Yeah.
Do you guys think they changed? So like in the Fallout series, and that's probably why Rapunzel brings it up. China is like the big bad. They're the ones that have, like, you know, they say China is the one that launched the nukes first and stuff, and all of like the little tidbits of the news that you get in the Fallout, especially in Fallout 4, they really dial that up. Do you think that they switched it to Russia for this new show because of like Russia being kind of like more actively big and bad in our current world?
I think so, but I think it's more so less to do with how the active role that Russia plays in international like feelings right now than how readily accepted in like video games Russia as the villain has been for American video games. Because there's definitely been ones where like China's incorporated or is the villain, but not nearly as much as it's been like, oh, we're fighting Russia.
Yeah.
Russia's like always even the remake of Red Dawn was still like what, North Korea and Russia.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, yeah, definitely a thing that exists, but weirder than North Korea and China. But the crazy thing too is like when you talk about nuclear war, any one of the three main superpowers right now, if you assume that the United States, Russia, and China are a superpower, any one of the three launching a fully successful strike against any one of the other three would likely result in a total nuclear winter.
Also fair, Nomengarda.
Yeah, that's probably the better point. Like, oh, CCCP. Some people will be like, oh, it's the Chinese Communist Collective People or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Which is less likely than being like USSR doesn't exist, so you can't be mad about it.
That's fair. That's entirely fair. Well, that was fun. I really enjoy. Like I watched it when it came out. Like I didn't watch it like weekly when the episodes were coming out, but like I watched it when it came out. Like I think I was always like 1 or 2 episodes behind. But having gone back and rewatched it, I'm liking Fallout like way more than like I didn't not like it before, but I'm gaining a new appreciation for it going back and rewatching it.
Kind of makes me want to replay the game.
Me too.
One
really
of the
bad.
It's
like
been
I've
fun.
been wanting to play 4 so bad.
It makes me want to start playing, if I'm being honest. Like this TV show is extremely well done.
I've heard a lot of good things about Fallout 76 since their big updates that they've done. I played it when it first came out and it was terrible. And then
was that when they did the big like multiplayer like world push? Was that
Yeah, like
76?
it's like individual servers, and when you jump online, like it puts you in a random server. You could join up with friends and stuff like that, but it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like an MMO where there's like one giant server with hundreds of people on it. Like the servers have like I think max 24 or 36 people, and then it's one random one, and you could just like rejoin another one and then invite people to that one and stuff like that. But it had a lot of potential, and it plays a lot like Fallout 4, which I really like because I loved Fallout 4. But it was really bad when it first came out. It was just completely riddled with bugs, and there were no NPCs at all, none. The world was just dead, other than like monsters that you fought, and there was no story behind the game. And then they eventually released it, which was nice, but yeah. That's interesting to know that the MMO community is more supportive and nicer than other communities in Fallout 76. That's nice to know. Maybe I'll give it a try again. Maybe I'll stream it or something.
I think you have some of those where like the release of the game goes so bad, but you have those folks that either get with it and love it or get with it and stick with it, hoping it'll be better, and it does. Did you play any of like the early alpha or beta release for the Forest?
The Forest? Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like super buggy, but it was still kind of fun. But you couldn't do much of the story. And as they released and updated the rest of it, it was like, okay, this game got progressively better and better.
Yeah. Sons of the Forest is a lot of fun too.
I still haven't played it. I really want to. I'm like that one annoying like gamer friend that was like, "Hey, we should play the Forest together." And everybody's like, "Yeah, that'd be fun." And then we never fucking do it.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about it a lot.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about it a few times. And it's like, yeah, that'd be great. And then it's like,
and then like a month goes by or 2 months goes by, and we're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot we talked about that."
Yeah, let's spread democracy because it needs to be spread.
That's true. I like that. That's cool. See, that wasn't in the initial launch. If you kill people, Fallout 76 is designed to weed out griefers. I like that because I hate griefers in games. Those types of games always just push me away. Like EVE Online and big games like that have just like no system built into, and they just allow like high level players to go and grief just starting players. It's so annoying. Okay, so before we finish tonight, I want to announce for next week. We'll see if our friends are still here. But next week's episode, for episode 3, we're going to have Way of the Leaf. They're going to be on for the head.
It's going to be a felty time.
Yeah, it's going to be very felty. We'll see if maybe Felt Tom makes an appearance. We'll see.
Oh my!
I know. Fun fact: that is a Jesus puppet that I bought because it was the cheapest puppet that I could find that had a beard.
That's hilarious.
Every other puppet that I could find, that I was like looking for puppets with beards. They were all like Viking puppets, and they were like $300. And I was like, no. So
what about puppet Jesus?
Yeah, he still has his sandals on too. He still has his Jesus sandals. I left those on.
He's ready for the beach.
Yep.
Gee, what does that say about you, Tom? What is this psychologically speaking?
A lot, I guess. A lot.
At least he's economic.
Yeah.
Jesus would want his puppet to be cheap because he didn't advocate for markets in the tabernacle. So,
though it's not the first time that I've embodied that particular character from mythology. We can't forget. I think it's 2014 Jordan Con, I want to say, where we reenacted the Last Supper in the con suite, and I was
a lot of fucking bread,
nice,
and oranges.
That was the year of the hot dog.
Tom it was one loaf of bread originally, and Tom made it into many loaves.
It's true. In the center of the picture there, rest in peace, is Robert Jordan's quote unquote brother, but it was actually his cousin who passed away from throat cancer a couple years ago. Awesome dude, and we miss him. He used to come to JordanCon a lot, and he was so easy to bring up to that. And also in that picture, so just to my right, or to the pictures right in the center, is Shannon Lieb, also a fantastic human being who we love. Just to the right of her is Chuck Gannon, author Chuck Gannon. He was the author guest of honor that year. The both of them were
nice.
very easy to pull into that. It was Saturday night, anyone who's ever been to JordanCon knows Saturday night is the drinking night. And I was like, oh, Wilson, come here. So Wilson Grooms, that's Robert Jordan's cousin. I was like, do you want to do some shenanigans? And he was like, yes. And then I saw Chuck Gannon when we were running through to grab more people. And I'm like, you want to come play some shenanigans with us? And he was like, I definitely do. And he came up, and that's how difficult it was to get them to come and do that with us. They're good people. I've always, ever since I met Chuck there, I've always followed him on social media and stuff, because he's a really good dude. Okay.
Love it.
That's awesome.
So that brings us to our final portion of the evening, where so something that we've started doing recently we started it when we were finishing Avatar up in book 3. Is a way to kind of toss back the attention to our guests at the end of the episode. There's a little interview that we do with our guests.
Sorry, I don't.
You would
answer
say
questions.
Right as soon as I'm going to leave for 30 seconds and be right back. God.
Yeah, well, I can explain it first anyway, so you got time. So anyone any new people in the chat here, and for Andrew and Josh's sake, there's a show that I watched when I was younger. Fantastic show. Inside the Actor Studio, James Lipton. Love that show. If you don't know what it is, just Google it after we're done here and check it out. But at the end of each of those shows, he would interview an actor, a different actor every show. He would ask the same set of 10 questions to those people. So I was like trying to think of a fun way to do interview questions for this show, and that was one of the first things that popped into my head, and I fell in love with it. And Crystal liked it, and Kathy liked it, and I posted in our Dragonmount staff chat, and we were all like, yeah, let's do that. So that is
said Crystal liked it. I heard Crystal Light, like the drink powder for a
Crystal,
second.
Don't. I love that shit.
We're making them
good
both
drink
answer,
powder.
right?
It really is.
What?
They both have to answer, right? We're making them both
Yes,
do it.
both of them have to answer.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Good.
For time's sake, though, we'll try not to expound too much on our questions, just so that we don't have to have a 45-minute ending to our episode here.
I will commit to making a short answer.
So we've recently redesigned the questions. We added one more because it's kind of become a shtick for us during interviews to ask this question with in a lot of our interviews. We did it with Rafe, and recently I asked Rafe Judkins, showrunner of the Wheel of Time, and recently I did it. Guy answered this question for us as well.
Yeah.
So I'll kick it off. What is y'all's favorite dinosaur?
I'm gonna have to go with the Triceratops.
Okay.
Combination attack defense. Gotta love the balance.
I like it.
Okay.
Josh, you're still muted, just so you know.
You're muted.
See, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it.
You did.
There you go.
You called it. Thanks, Mom. I will say this, that London River and I have the same favorite dinosaur, which is the Ankylosaurus.
Oh, okay.
That
The Ankylosaur,
dinosaur
yeah,
is one bad mamma jamma.
the roly they look like roly poly bugs, but they're like armored. They have the big armor and the big hammer on their tail.
And they got
they're sick.
plus
that
10
one,
to
yeah.
bludgeoning damage. Thank you.
Yeah. They're pretty awesome looking, and you can turn into them in D&D. I think I mentioned that last time too.
It's a true story.
All right. So, what is your favorite word?
What is my favorite?
Flabbergasted.
Good one.
That is a
Ooh.
fun word to say.
Look, I don't know if it's my favorite word,
That or
but it
me.
is a word that I really love saying. Conflagration.
Okay. Especially if you watch House of the Dragon right now, you can use that word a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what is your least favorite word? It sounds like Josh has one.
No, what I immediately thought of was the word moist, because so many people have.
I did too. That was my first one.
But as far as a word, I actually do have a good answer for this one. My least favorite word, and I hate you for asking me this because now I'm gonna have to say it. Rural.
Rural.
Oh yeah. Rural.
R-U-R-A. Fuck that word and its English pronunciation. Go away. It's stupid word. I hate it. Rural.
Well, most English sucks. So
For word, not acronym, word, I'm gonna go with mist. And that's only because in German class we learned that mist is German for manure.
mist as an M-I-S-T or mist is an
Yeah.
M-I-S-S-E-D?
M-I-S-T, like Sierra Mist before they
Okay.
got sued.
So Sierra Manure. Fantastic.
Hmm.
Or wait, no, that's Ocean Breeze. I was trying to think of another something with mist in its
Sierra
name.
Manure.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Love it.
All right. So what is an everyday sound that you really love?
For me, it's not a specific like audio wave, but good music. And that can be largely mood based. Some days it's Hosier, some days it's Mozart, some days it's Korn. Good music that fits your mood, that's my everyday sound.
There's a specific beep, like it's like beep, 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 that my coffee maker does when it's done brewing my coffee for the day.
Coffee's
And
ready.
It is not because like, oh look, I have coffee. It's because like, oh look, I didn't forget to let the coffee maker start early enough today. Because half the time I have to go prep it
like
and
it.
then start it.
So it's like you get to be proud of past Andrew for remembering.
Yeah, it's like I'm proud of like both past and present because I don't leave it plugged in right now. I plug it in every morning and start it, and like I'm very proud that like my day is starting off productive in making coffee.
Okay.
That's really responsible of you. I would not have
I love
coffee
it.
if I had to remember to do that. That's
a good
Hard
that's a
to
good
say.
reason
An
for that.
excuse
too. I
to
like
drink
that.
something that has some kind of caloric intake in the
There are
morning.
times I even make my coffee, pour it into my cup, and still end up leaving it on my counter.
That is why I
Yep.
drink my coffee out of a insulated cup because it will be cold pretty quickly if I don't, and I hate cold coffee.
I use the one Amazon sent us as part of the package for the media package.
Oh,
for-
yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a good. It is a good one. It does work really well.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
I've
really
lost
well.
all the letters on the side where it said "May you find water and shade," and now it just says like "in the shade."
It's not dishwasher safe, Andrew.
I didn't even
Okay.
dishwasher. That's from you.
Mine's never been through a dishwasher, and I'm starting to lose letters too.
Okay.
It's vinyl
Alright,
stickers that have.
So these next batches of questions are basically like, so those first four, well, the other than the dinosaur one, the other four are right out of James Lipson's questions. So
Okay.
and look, it turned on the motion tracking again. I didn't turn it on.
Yep.
Well done.
It's your face on the wall, not your face.
I know it keeps trying to look at it. That's what it's doing. So the next batch of questions are themed in a lot of ways for the ones that he had, but they're basically all based in fictional characters. So if I'm asking you about somebody, it means a fictional character. So from anything, could be a book, a comic book, a video game, whatever you want, TV shows, cartoons, whatever your truth is, because there's no right or
I'm
wrong.
into it.
So, and now this is these first two are in general, not specifically targeted at you, and you'll get that in a second. So, in general, what fictional character would make the best partner or spouse?
I've got them.
I'm gonna go
Princess
with Hermione.
Cimarine.
Going with Hermione.
Hermione, okay. And who did you
Yep.
say?
I said Princess Cimarine from the Enchanted Forest Chronicles.
Oh, okay.
That's a
yeah.
a badass woman right there. If you
You're
want
not
someone
wrong.
who is not afraid of taking care of herself, who will challenge you and also support you and also be your ride or die, Cimarine.
Okay.
All
But
day, every day.
imagine having all of that with the thought that Hermione would put in like anniversary gifts.
Everything. Oh yeah, right. You're not wrong. You're not
You would
wrong.
never forget your coffee
You have
again.
that.
She would have that.
Exactly. You have that really weird, specific niche love of a specific book series, something about some wheel in time. You think Hermione's not going to get you the best gift ever?
Oh no,
She's going
absolutely.
to get you a Black
You're
Tower
100%
podcast
right.
subscription. It's the perfect gift.
You're 100%.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Nice. All right. So the flip side of that, who would make the very, very worst partner or spouse, and why?
I'm going to go to Harry Potter, and I'm going to say Gilderoy Lockhart.
Oh God.
He would be the worst.
Yeah.
You could borrow his pants,
Or
though.
or
And you
Umbridge.
could share stuff.
Umbridge would also be the
Oh,
worst.
Dolores.
We hate her for everything, right? That's
yeah.
universal.
She is one of like the best villains ever. She's just so unlikable,
What does
but
it
also
say?
so good at doing it.
What does it say about an institutional person whom we hate more than the overall villain of the books?
Yeah. Yep.
She was the
Don't
ultimate
trust the
Karen.
institution.
She was the ultimate
That's what
Karen.
it says.
I'm going to go to anime and choose Orochimaru from
Oh
Naruto.
God. That would be terrible.
Experimenting on you, cheating on you.
Oh yeah.
Having all
Unless
kinds
you have
of
a thing
secret
for
layers,
snakes.
not mention lovers from you. Like, and this one weird guy, Yamato, follows in the completely unnecessary follow-on series called Boruto.
Oh God. So for people who don't know, Orochimaru's from Naruto. He's like the main villain in like the early Naruto episodes.
Early
Pretty much all of
yeah.
Naruto before Shippuden.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, like,
Yeah,
the
and then
first, like,
Shippuden, it
150
pivots.
episodes of Shippuden. Yeah.
He's not a good-looking man either, to tell you the truth. Though I
Not
can
a
see,
bad-looking man.
yeah, he does.
If you're
he might
fine
have
with
some
the
appeal
painted
to.
white face thing.
Yeah,
If too much makeup isn't a bad thing, you'll be fine.
He does have a dexterous tongue, though. I will say that.
I mean,
That's original.
You're not wrong.
Yes,
Look, you're not wrong.
that's him. To say he has a python in his pants is very accurate. Quite literally.
Okay, now this one is for you guys.
Okay.
Who is a fictional character that you have had or have a crush on?
Rias Grimmery from High School DxD.
That was
Wow.
Say it again.
If you Rias Grimmery from High School DxD, it's an
Okay.
anime, and if you know what it is, then you're not gonna be mad. If you don't know what it is, then you're just gonna be like, you fucking weirdo.
I'm gonna go all the way back to my very first crush.
Swear to God, if it's from Dragon Ball Z.
And it was and keep in mind, I was also like in elementary school at the time, okay? So don't look at me like I'm weird. But my very first crush ever was the Child Empress from The Neverending Story.
Oh yeah.
And I have followed Tammy Stronach this whole time, and she's a beautiful human being. And yeah, like
Better
man.
one. Who played the cheetah in Thundercats?
Chitara.
Oh, Chitara. Yeah.
from Thundercats. That's a
good
better
one,
answer.
too.
If we go with first, yeah.
Don't hate
Chitara
on
from
Josh's
Thundercats.
crush.
Okay, but Chitara is, I think, the birth of the furry fandom.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. The
Oh,
fact
no,
that I'm not a
I
furry
agree.
to this
I'm
day.
pretty sure the furry fandom may have like blossomed out of shows like that.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't remember, though, I'm pretty sure it's hard not to
Yeah.
remember.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And
Look at her. Like,
this is
Yeah, that's
this
Rias.
is Rias.
That's Rias Grimory right there.
That's the most anime
That's
hair
a
I've
modest.
ever seen.
That is a modest picture of Rias Grimory right there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boost.
Okay. So if you were given the opportunity to assume like a job or a vocation or a line with something in fiction, like in Ashman or an Aes Sedai, what would that be?
Ashaman. Absolutely.
Like in the Wheel of Time.
In any property,
Any fiction,
any property.
Ashaman. Absolutely.
Look.
Fine, you can
Ashaman is
renounce your
definitely
Mahel title
there.
right now. You can do it. That's okay.
Stop. Hold on. Just
There's no wrong answer here.
Yeah.
I would also say Jedi, but they're the same thing, right?
Kinda.
Ashaman
they're-
are okay with attachment, so you can kiss my ass.
They're the same thing a couple thousand years apart, but they're the same thing.
Eh,
Yeah, they are similar.
mean-
They are very similar, I would say.
similar, but Ashaman are better.
I agree. The would you want to be post last battle or pre last battle, Ashaman?
It depends. Is VA compensation still a thing? Because then I'm okay with being pre because I'm already kind of used to that. If it's post and there's no VA compensation, then I'm okay with being post.
Fair.
I fought hard to get to 100%.
So have you read the extended universe books, Josh? For Star Wars?
Some of them, not all of them.
Do you know Luke's Jedi Order?
I know of it.
Okay. He does some major changes to the Jedi when he starts his own Jedi Order. So I was gonna say, would you want to be like which Jedi would you want to be?
That's a great point. And honestly, I've always been more of a gray Jedi kind of person because I feel like when you start getting into Jedi are light side and Sith are dark side. When you start getting sort of dogmatic like that, you start creating problems, which I think is the message in the last trilogy that'll kind of flew over a lot of people's heads. They got more upset with Luke not being that bright, sunshiny, positive person. And they missed that he was so hurt by the fact that the Jedi were based on a very dogmatic point of view, and it was very, very hard for him to reconcile that.
Fair.
Especially considering that his nephew is someone who is not complying with that dogmatic point of view, and he had a hard time reconciling that.
You should check out
the last two movies are great, and I like them.
Yeah,
you should
know
the
check
Wheel
out
of Time wasn't in the Star Wars universe, so they would have known balance like pretty early on. Jeez,
so George Lucas actually said that, and like he's like, everyone gets it wrong. He's like, people don't understand. He's like, you hear people say pretty much exactly what you just said, Josh, which is what I've always said my whole life too. But he's like, the light side is balance. The dark side is corruption. That's what he said. But like I also want to have a panel at a convention that's called how George Lucas ruined Star Wars, and then just have people come and yell at him. So okay, so the next question is, what is either a job that you would never want to have, like a job or like a group to belong to or whatever, or that you think is like the worst, kind of like
retail.
If like, even if you want to think of it outside of the box of things like, oh, the people who have to clean up after the Avengers, from S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever, anything you want.
I'd rather clean up after the Avengers than work retail.
That's fair. Well, I meant from fantasy, not like a regular job.
I'm pretty sure there's still retail sellers in
That's fair.
fantasy.
That's fair. So
That's
wouldn't
even
wanna, So you're
worse.
telling me you wouldn't want to run
Khajiit
mods
has
of Sundry.
wares if Traveler
Like,
have
oh.
coin.
You don't have the goods from the Andromeda Galaxy? Can you check in the back? Like, no. No.
I honestly think, okay, so it's real easy to look at. As a matter of fact, there was a TV show about this. It's starring Alan Tudyk, and it was about the average people's lives in a superhero universe. And it was they'd be like coming into work, "Hello, Bill, how are you today?" "Oh no, another alien attack." And then like half the people would be dead by the end of the day. I feel like one of the worst jobs to have would be some sort of like janitorial type job in the Avengers Tower. And it's not because it's janitorial in nature, because that is a necessary, cleaning and sanitation is a necessary job. But specifically that job in the Avengers Tower, talk about a more innocent person put in the crosshairs of the most dangerous situations. Like that's the worst.
Yeah.
Like,
I got
man,
one
I'm
for
just
you.
here to take out the
Situations.
trashes.
Having to
And
clean up
Thanos
after
don't
like
care.
having to
DC
clean up
Universe
after like
claims
extra
adjuster.
dimensional monsters and stuff like that coming through. Yeah, like for
Loki
Imagine
doesn't
being
care.
a
Thanos
DC
don't
Universe claims adjuster.
care.
Oh,
Galactus
God.
doesn't care. He will
No.
come in and he will eat you and kill you. And you're like, dude, I'm just here to take out the trash. I don't care.
My house was destroyed by Galactus. Oh, your policy only covers up to
You may be entitled to
$5,000.
compensation.
Yeah.
Did you-
Oh, your policy doesn't
did you
cover
get-
destruction by celestials.
Did you
Thanks.
get cancer from Darkseid's Omega beams? You might be entitled to financial compensation.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh God, that's hilarious. All right.
Okay, last one. So is there a specific portrayal of the afterlife from any realm of fiction that you wish could be true for you?
Valhalla.
Hmm.
Well,
From-
I love.
From any is it from any specific fiction or like the mythological Valhalla?
I'm gonna go with the mythos because I feel like I've watched a couple depictions of Valhalla that I can't recall exactly what they're from. But the idea that you attain access to Valhalla by fighting, by dying in a fight. Which I saw
A
a recent
glorious
post
death.
that was really good. Yeah, a glorious battle, but it's not specific on what kind of battle it has to be. So in theory, it could be like a full on like, did you fight for the last 50 years of your life battling like depression or cancer or stuff like that? Like it could still be a valiant battle, a glorious battle. But the idea that you can then live the rest of eternity eating and drinking your fill and then going and having the best workout of your life to burn it all off. And even if you fall like immediately after, you just go right back and you get to eat, drink, and it's literally eat, drink, be merry, and go like get the best stress relief of your life. I love the concept. I mean, I think it's fantastic.
And I think your idea of the battle like not having to be like a physical fight is also like that's been toyed with in some genre fiction that is really interesting too. So I like that. That's a good answer.
That's a great question. I think it's deceptively deep because I'm gonna say the same thing, and it's not just because it's been depicted well in certain fantasy in sci-fi comics. It is also sort of a tradition that I follow. But the thing I love about it is that it gives me accountability for my actions. I'm not relying on something or someone else to take my consequence away from me.
Fair.
And B, it also rewards me for my valor. If I am going through a hard time and I fight and I come out on top and I continue every day, doing the things that I need to do and struggling through those things. I love the idea that my life matters because of the decisions that I make. And
Wow.
even on the bad days when I make poor decisions, those decisions still matter because my accountability is my own. And that's what I really love about that sort of spiritual path.
Imagine sitting down the table from the Allfather and Thor regales with tales of, fighting against Valheim and, all these legendary battles. And, Odin looks at you and says, tell us of your battle. And you're like, well, I've fought with the idea of like self-deletion for 30 years and resisted it and, still, donated to charities and, stood for what I believed in. And it's given the same respect as, Thor fighting off the ice giants and stuff like that, or, Thor fighting Jormungandr, and fighting for the defense of Yggdrasil.
Well,
like, imagine how rewarding that would have to feel after like I didn't do the non thing. I didn't opt out of the battle my entire life.
Well, and that's sort of the beauty of it, right? Is that in this particular path, those examples are not perfect. They do make mistakes, and what gives them
and thanks
strength.
For posting that, Tom. That's
Absolutely. This is actually something we talk about on the Black Tower.
I expect to see you all at the tables when we're celebrating our defense of Yggdrasil.
I like the idea of Valhalla being like, it's not whether you win the fight or not. It's just whether you've tried.
The fight you fight.
It's just whether you've tried.
Yeah.
You don't have to win the fight. You just have to fight the fight. And that's all that matters in Valhalla.
Someone is back for cuddles, apparently. Hello. He probably went out. He fucked off to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And fun story.
I also want to know
so
what camera you have because that face tracking is fucking great.
It is awesome. We're gonna need a tech layout.
I'm kind of obsessed
fun
with it.
Story with this tradition, a lot of people don't realize is that Freya, Odin's wife, has first pick of the warriors that enter into Valhalla, and she takes about half of those that she deems worthy for her own personal guard. And cool. The idea here is that death is not the end. We still fight and we still move and we still gain. We still learn. We still grow stronger because tomorrow, it doesn't matter what barrier we face tonight. Tomorrow, a new challenge awaits. And after you die, you spend your time training for Ragnarok, which will be the ultimate challenge.
And I think that's also part of the half that Freya doesn't choose is kind of spun back out. And they get options to try again up until Ragnarok. And I think, that's kind of like the ultimate like cowardice, if you will, for Valhalla is like running from Ragnarok, not fighting some form of battle to Ragnarok. But I love the concept of you trying your best, fighting your own individual fight as best as you can, and it being rewarded in whatever version of afterlife you get. So
do you guys know? So in the mythology, for Nordic mythology, they pretty much all of the Aesir, the gods, have chariots that they ride, except Odin. He rides Sleipnir, which is the six-legged horse. But do you know what pulls Freya's chariot?
Yes.
What is it?
I can't
Kitties.
It's kitties. It's cats.
Yeah.
And it's not
Freya,
like jungle
Freya's
cats.
the
It's
original-
cats. It's cats.
She's the original cat lady.
Cute.
Yeah, and Thor's is goats.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes he eats the goats, and
But they come out
immediately
every day. Yeah.
There's a whole lot of stuff. I love that Rapunzel loves this explanation of Valhalla. So that's it. Valhalla says you must fight to lose or to perish in battle.
Yeah.
It doesn't give any distinction amongst what type of battle. It doesn't say it has to be a bloody battle, a peaceful battle. Just to perish in battle, fighting the fight that you feel is worth it, which I think is abundantly beautiful.
And I've actually said I've been known to say that we all are in Valhalla now, because what do we have right now? I am having a great time with wonderful people that I love. I am feasting on your good nature, your happiness, your positivity. I'm feasting on that. Tomorrow I may wake up to tragedy.
No. Well, we
I am eating and drinking and being merry right now. Tomorrow I may wake up to another battle. I will fight that battle. Will I win? Will I lose? I don't know. But what matters is I will fight that battle until I get back to here, where I'm eating and drinking and being merry. So today, the life we live, we are in Valhalla. Every day is a battle or a feast.
Yep.
And that's
there's no shame in calling for reinforcements during or after a battle. So
none whatsoever.
Being said, Tom posted earlier.
I love it. That's awesome.
Tom posted earlier. There's a crisis lifeline out there. Whatever's going on, please use it.
Yes,
please.
I'll post it again just in case.
Or if you know somebody that needs it, because it's not just for hey, I need it myself. If you know somebody that needs it, that could make the difference. But also, if that doesn't flag for you or whatever, like, don't beat yourself up also for missing the signs. It happens all the time. You tried your best. That's what matters. Everyone's different. Yeah. And Luna is there to give you support.
It's true.
That's true.
He's my old man. Yeah. Well, I love both of you guys. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. That was a ton of fun and also very deep and meaningful.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to end.
It's not often that I can get pretty deep, but sometimes I can. So it depends on the day.
Yeah. Well, we've had a lot of fun conversations.
All right.
And again, just to remind everybody, next week we will have my Felt brothers from Other Mothers, I guess, as a guest.
Brothers from Felt Mothers.
And I look forward. Right. Yeah, I look forward to seeing their answers to our little questions.
Would you mind if we plug something since we're?
Absolutely. Please.
So every year we celebrate another year of Black Tower Podcast not being absolutely canceled and destroyed. I mean, of us surviving and people tolerating us. Called The Gathering Madness. It's every October. This year it will be the end of October, the last weekend of October in Charleston, South Carolina. We are doing we're giving all the details in a live stream tomorrow on the Black Tower YouTube channel, which you can find by just looking up Black Tower Podcast or just going to blacktowerpod.com, like Tom was so kind to post in the chats there.
That's right.
We'll be putting out all the stuff there. It's going to be probably our best Gathering Madness to date.
I'm super excited.
So exciting.
This
you want to do it.
I've described this exact sort of sequence events as Wheel of Time Mecca. And Tom's already been there,
pretty close,
and a bunch of people have already been there, and I have not, and I'm excited, and I can't wait.
I'm excited for you.
It's gonna be awesome. Thanks for letting us plug it.
Absolutely. Man, that's why.
What time?
Oh yeah, what time?
So the stream will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, ET, whatever it is now. Tomorrow, If you just YouTube Black Tower Podcast, you will find us. Josh has worked really hard to make an epic thumbnail for us. And if you go to blacktowerpod.com, you will see now at the top of the website, there is a nice one of our logos surrounded in fire that says The Gathering Madness that has details.
Click on that.
And in fact, once we get done tonight, we're going to go talk more and add some more for that because the location is pretty big and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, there are tickets for this year, but it's beyond worth it. And if you don't see where it's worth it, tune in for the live stream because we will happily explain it. Like it's
gonna be exciting.
We're so excited. We're so
It's
freaking
gonna be
excited.
good. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
Actually, I have the link directly to the YouTube for people so that they can add it to their watch. Go ahead and make sure to hit the notification bell and like it and all that stuff too.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I left out the
good
subscribe part because I feel like you should already be subscribed, but if you're not, make sure to do that too.
But if you're not, please do. Absolutely.
Yes.
So it's awesome. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, we'll talk.
Well,
about
I'm looking forward to seeing the details tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
The
it's gonna be
deets.
exciting.
All right.
Tune in for the tea.
With that, good night, Crystal.